What's the deal, my people? You know what it is, the Don Tony Teflon. I am back at you with another one. 1 second, I gotta pause that real quick. I don't know why it's so goddamn delays all the time and everything. What's the deal? I am here rocking with you. This is the Dexter episode 5 pregame show. I'm in the building. Phil the Issues guy, hopefully, will be here. Most likely, Phil will be here, and he'll be rocking with us. And we will have other people rocking with us on these shows. I promise you very soon and all that. But we are here just to let everybody, just to talk about this episode. What are your expectations for it? And what do you think is going to happen? We're going to go through all that stuff for this episode. Tonight is the night that it pops off. We have people in the building rocking with us early. Let's give y'all the shout outs and say what up to everybody up in here right now that we see. It's RC is up in the building rocking with the Dom. Chris Wilson is in the building rocking with us right now. We got Culture Clip is up in here rocking with us. Moose Bolton is up in there. Moose Bolton's up here. Just seen something they talked about for the new House of the Dragon spinoff, the Aegon's Conquest, and everything else is going on and everything else. Justin is up in the building rocking with us. Bill Cartwright, former player for the New York Knicks, is in the building rocking with us. Sarah Sharp is in the building rocking with us right now. Crazy is up in this piece rocking with us right now. Who else we got in here? I'm sure we got more people. I see him. I see you. I see a Culture Clip. We said we'll say your name twice. Samuel Barksdale is up in here. Tony is up in here. Guy with the best name in the building right there. Right there is rocking with us and everything else and all that. Take our first question. There's so many theories floating around. 1, Blessing is the Ripper. 2, Tyrion is going. Who's Tyrion? Oh, Tyrion. Tyrion Lannister. The Dink is going to find out Batista is on Dexter's trail and have Charlie take him out. And he finds out that Mia has no coat. I think that, sorry, as always, Thug Mug is in hand. I think that we could say Blessings being the Ripper is a possibility. I don't know if they will go that route with his character. They want to go that dark with it. I think that he's more likely to be a victim, and his family are more likely to be victims, because we have to have people here that are affected by Dexter who are innocent. And they've done that just about every season. And it seems like to me that would be the route that they go with him, that he's the innocent guy and he's going to go out like that. As for Tyrion is going to find out Batista is on Dexter's trail. Yeah, I think that Charlie, whether you want to say the Dink or you want to say Charlie, one of them, I do believe most likely it would be Charlie to relay the message to him and figure all that out. Again, as I said in my previous video, that I think it's a good possibility, me personally, as crazy as it might sound, that Lady Vengeance gets bagged up tonight. That she gets locked up. Now, whether she gets locked up because Dexter set him up, which a lot of y'all have said that theory out there, it's quite possible. She could also just get locked up for the act that we see her do in the trailer. But in the end, I think that she has to get bagged up. I think that is the way they're going to go with it. She has to get bagged up. Prater is the Ripper. That weapon is big. The weapon he had there was probably as big as him. So, it would be hard for me to see him swinging that thing. That's like Cloud's sword from Final Fantasy, that weapon. So it would be hard for me to see that thing. But I do think that it's a possibility that he is, because I did read that one report, and I put it in the video, that it said that he was a serial killer. Now, every other report after that said he's not, but there was that one report. Maybe that one report was right, and they slipped up and they weren't supposed to put that out. And that's why they did that. It could be a possibility that is what happened there. You know what I mean? It's a good chance that's what happened there. But we'll see if something. But he did, I do believe that plot is more tied to Detective Claudette. Detective Claudette, which is my mama's name. You know, I messed up a lot of names on this show constantly. I can't know on all shows. I mess them up. I'm not good with them, but I won't mess that one up. I'll never mess up my mama's name. I won't do that one. You know what I mean? But you know, I think that, you know, it more ties back to her. Like, that's gonna be Dexter's key to getting her off Harrison's back in the end by giving her something else to focus on. Now, I think it's a good possibility that her partner, the cop, is that. Now, I know a lot of people have said before that, you know, Prater said that this person terrorized the streets he lived on when he was young. Now, that doesn't mean you can take it two ways. It doesn't mean he was young when the guy did it. It just means it could be the same streets that he lived on. Now, is that a coincidence? Did Prater make all this money, then go back around his way and start killing all the people that grew up on his block? That makes sense. That makes sense if they did something like that, you know? So it all depends how you take that quote and how they meant to say it. And they said it that way, so you can't just target it one way. So it can go either way. So it could be he was young when that happened, or it could be the streets he grew up on. Now, if we knew anyone else who grew up out there, and it specifically says those streets, so it doesn't seem like that person is targeting other areas in New York. It seems like that person is targeting just that one area in New York. And if it's something like that, then 100% you would have to say that Prater would be the prime suspect for it, because no one else has a tie there that we know of. Right? We don't know where those cops live. We don't know where those cops are from. We don't know anything about them yet. So they'll have to give us that information and stuff before we could actually really go on and everything else. We got over 60 people in the building. Just starting off, we got over 60 people. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy on your way in. You know what I mean? Let me make sure this phone is like on mute or something, so it doesn't be going off and stuff during the stream and all that good stuff. Yeah, we got over 60 people here. Put that thumbs up for your boy up there. Let me got my watch on. What's going on here? Got me rushing up in this place and everything else. He said, exactly what he said. He said, someone on the streets I grew up on. Someone on the streets I grew up on. Yeah, so it can be taken any way, that when he was young, or that it was just a place where he grew up. Justin says, what do we know about Gemini? What do we know about Gemini? Well, I think that the proof I did in the last stream that I gave y'all, I think that's undeniable to me. So it's either he's a twin or he's a split personality. I can't see it being anything else but that when it comes to Gemini. I can't see any other twist in there. I know that there's a lot of people who said he's, someone said in my comment section that he's the guy who killed Dexter's mother. He's the son of that guy and everything else, which would be a tremendously deep cut. I don't know if they'll go that far with it. I don't know if that's what it's going to be. But I think that in the end, you know what I mean? He's got to be a split personality, or he has to be a twin. It's one or the other. I don't see it really going down any other way. You know what I mean? And I know maybe some of y'all weren't here when I played the proof I found. So I'll play it again for you.
So Gareth, the Gemini killer, is FBI's most wanted serial killer. Sorry. And there is something in his past that has influenced his style and his mode of murder, but I don't want to tell you yet, because
Major spoiler.
Yeah. Major spoiler. You and Dexter are going to have to figure that one out, but I will say it is so horrifying. And
oh, wait, let's stop right there with it. He did say that there's something in his past that triggered who he was and the style that he kills, and that we and Dexter have to figure that out. So it does, when he says that, sounds like he's tying it back to Dexter. Now, he could just be saying that, and when saying it like, you know, you and Dexter like Dexter in the show, when you guys are like Dexter in the show, or he could really be saying that it's something that Dexter is going to have to figure out because it ties back to his past also. And if that is the case, then him being someone from his past, like the guy who killed his mother and son or something like that, then I could understand. Now, that would make sense, because they didn't just kill his mother, right? They sewed up two people at the same time. You know what I mean? So it definitely could be a situation like that, but it's something that triggers that whole situation in his past that makes him kill in that style. Like I said, there were two people in that crate when Dexter's mom died and everything else. So if there's two people inside the crate, maybe that's the reason why he's a Gemini killer and started killing two, because he's seen two people get murdered out there, or he's seen the two boys get pulled out. He's seen Dexter and Dexter's brother get pulled out of that when they were all bloody and stuff. So it could be a situation like that. So there's a lot of twos in that moment where she died that easily could be put on that. So I can't tell you that that's not what it is or anything else, but I am still going to say that he's definitely, without a doubt, that's the method of killing. But without a doubt, he's either a twin or he is 100% has a split personality. And it seems like a lot of y'all didn't see it. So let me finish playing that so you can hear it.
So Gareth, the Gemini killer, is FBI's most wanted serial killer. Sorry. And there is something in his past that has influenced his style and his mode of murder, but I don't want to tell you yet because
Major spoiler.
Yeah. Major spoiler. You and Dexter are going to have to figure that one out, but I will say it is so horrifying and grotesque the way that he kills his victims and then poses them together. It's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, so
he has been on their most wanted list for a minute now. That is something that probably for most criminals or serial killers would be a cause for alarm. For Gareth, that is a badge of great honor, and he drops that knowledge in almost every conversation he has. He wants to make sure you know that he is the #1 most wanted killer on the FBI list. First, I had an opportunity, again, this is a spoiler, so I can't give too much away to the fans, but there was an opportunity with this role to try to do things physically. And you'll understand more as the series progresses as to what that big secret is. But there was an opportunity to embrace challenges physically for me that were much more involved, say, than just the interior psychological journey that I was taking with Gareth. I was hyper aware of things that I was doing with my hands, with the way that I walked, with the way that I even used my eyes. That was really fun for me. I love technical acting. I love using, the outside in and how our bodies interact with space and other scene partners. But this one, once you get the full story, I think you'll realize and be like, oh, interesting. That's why he was doing that. Hopefully. We'll see.
From
Santi.
to accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony. You hung up. Well, you tried to give him a chance to call in. But yeah, when you listen to that, you hear him specifically say that, he had to do things a little bit different. He was aware of the way he moved his hands and the way he moved his eyes and stuff. And the only reason he would be aware of things like that, of those little things, is if he's playing two different people. There's no other reason for him to say those things. Like, I have to, because he's going to act a certain way sometimes. Now he has to act a certain way other times. So it's either split personality or twin. I can't see it from everything he said that I can't see it being anything else. You know what I mean? So I think that's the way it has to roll. If it's something different, then I am way off, and I'm usually not. So I might be off a little, but I'm never way off, and I would be way off for that. I think maybe this person left a voicemail or something. Let me see, whoever that was calling in. It was a voicemail. Let me see. Let me see who this is. Someone must have said something stupid or something. Usually that's what happens when there's no transcript. That means they said something crazy. Or they said nothing at all. Or they say nothing at all. You get nervous. People get nervous. That's what happens when people get nervous, right? That's the way it goes sometimes. You know what I mean? And everything else. But yeah, I think that's the way it's got to go with the Gemini. I think that's what it's going to be with him. So I don't see Justin said they want to do at least 3 seasons. Yeah, at least that's the minimum that they want to do. But I could see it going 5 seasons. You know, with the spinoffs and everything else, we can get 5 seasons out of this. Then we got the other one to get 5 seasons out of that, and then another one. All right, we have another voicemail. Let's see if this person actually speaks.
From
Brad, Florida.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
Hey, man, Brad, Florida down here in Florida. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Hey, I got a hot take for you that y'all haven't thought about yet.
All right, go for it.
What if Lady Vengeance is the Trinity Killer's daughter? Think about it. We've already had some Easter eggs. I'm pretty sure Trinity had that music box back in the day. Actually, I think they showed it on the Dexter season, and she looks identical to her, and she preys on predators, male predators. Her dad was a male predator when she was younger. Older men came on to her. I mean, come on now, man.
Yeah, listen, man, I haven't thought of that. But what you're saying, it does make sense. We'll see what the people in the comments think of it. I mean, if she had, and they showed that music box, then it's a wrap.
I'm pretty sure they did.
It's a wrap.
I think someone had a music box. I'm almost for certain it was Trinity.
I'm sure somebody in the comment section will let us know.
All right, my man. Good show.
Oh, I appreciate it.
All right. All right. Have a good night.
You too. Yeah, listen, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I would like them to do
All right.
like that.
Thanks, man.
All right, brother. Yeah, you know, your people saying, remember her brother killed her. Is she alive? Is she dead? I have to go back and see. I remember, like, when I think of Trinity, I remember Trinity attacking his son during Thanksgiving and Dexter pulling him off of him at the time, and then I'm trying to think of what happened to the door. I got to go back and think of that. People saying she got shot. Yeah, they didn't kill her. Listen, if she got shot, doesn't mean she's dead. Dexter got shot too. I think they didn't know. But I don't know if they're gonna give her that big of a role in here. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna go that far with her. I think she gets whacked tonight. I think she gets bagged up. And then when the trailer, when you see Charlie going into the jail, I think that she's going to visit her. And I think Charlie is going to have connections from there and knock this dude out and knock her out and kill her in there. I think it makes sense, especially with the Epstein shit going on. I think it makes sense to go down that storyline and knock somebody out that way. And I think the producers might just do that just for that reason too. So I think she gets off tonight. She's supposed look, IMBD is wrong. Obviously, they said Gemini Kill is only supposed to be in 1 episode, it said. So they got her down for 3. You know what I mean? So this would be her 2nd episode. If they knocked her out, unless they're gonna show her in a flashback or something like that again. It could be a situation like that. You know what I mean? Who knows? And who knows? But I think that she gets whacked tonight. 100%, man. And yeah, everyone knows. You can call them. You see the number down there. 518-290-0848 is the number. If you want to give a call and you want to talk about the show, you know I'm here for you. I'm here for you. It's rough when I'm here without Phil. It's rough talking to the screen by myself and stuff, but it's fine. You know, the Don will get through it as always and everything else. It says, I don't think she has a code like Dexter thinks she does. Well, there's one thing we would have to say. Phil should be here, but, you know, it's hard for him to get here, so we'll see. Phil should be here, so it all depends how long I run usually to get Phil. He's usually after a 9 o'clock person when he gets home and stuff from work and all that. But they said that Dexter took a lot of risks this season, right? That's what Michael C. Hall says. And in the show, he says it himself, I'm sick of being safe. I want to take risks. I think he may take this risk. Obviously he's going to join in with the double kill with her. He's going to go for it. And maybe she's sloppy. Maybe he realizes when he sees her. Because look, let's look at what they showed so far. So far, they have showed Dexter, and Dexter has been meticulous on the way he kills people. We all know he has a code. He has a cleanup thing. He has that. They also showed Harrison do the exact same thing, that he followed the cleanup code. He cleaned it up proper. He did everything. He didn't tie the knots right. But besides that, he got everything proper. So Mia may be someone who's a little bit more sloppy and kill people on the whim, because we see in the trailer she just hits the guy with the bottle. That's gonna have blood splatter all over the place. And blood all over. We can't clean up all that blood. There's no way to clean all that stuff up. There's no way when you have blood splatter like that. And maybe that stuff that he's doing and he's not as safe and she's not as safe, maybe he realizes it right then, like, damn, this chick is just buck wild. Like, she's just all about going all crazy and stuff like this. And it may be somehow that's what messes him up, not being safe and working with somebody, which Harry did warn him of, right? Harry said before he went in there, maybe they want to all kill together, right? And so they have to pay that off, and they're going to pay it off with this episode. But the fact that he said it, means that, that something bad could come about it. And if he doesn't listen to Harry, then most likely something bad is going to come about it. And in the end, it might just be that that's how she gets bagged up, and she gets bagged up for this thing. And then that's when Charlie finds out. She goes to Prater, like we seen, and said, we have a problem. And then Prater says, I thought I paid for you to get rid of problems. And then that's when she probably goes, I will. And she probably goes to that police station. Probably has some contacts in there. Prater's got all this money. We don't know what she did before she became this. She could work for the FBI. She could work for someone else like that. You know what I mean? And then she just goes in and she goes in there and she takes her out. Whether it's some type of, like something in the food, some poison in the food or something like that, but something to shut her up. And then now she's out of there. And that's the way it goes, So I think that's the way it would go with her. And for that fact, they do kill her off like that. I don't know if they'll give her that much backstory. The one that we've seen that's got the backstory that we hear is going to be Gemini Killer, because every other killer that we've seen, they told their background story. We know everything about the big boy, right? Goldie Rapunzel. We know everything about him. They showed his family. They showed everything. They told his whole backstory. They told the backstory of the tattoo collector. They told his whole backstory. We got Lady Vengeance telling her backstory. The only one that they haven't shown is the Gemini Killer. And even when you go inside of Prater's vault, you can see all their other kills. You can see all their trophies and stuff, but it does not let you zoom in. It does not show you the Gemini Killer stuff. He's the only one. Out of everybody else, you can see exactly what it is. But for some reason, they blurred his stuff out. So he's the one. He's the threat. He's the one this season that is going to be Dexter's big threat in the end. And as I said, if he's a twin, I think Dexter will kill him. And then once Dexter and he gets him out of here, we'll run into his twin brother and up from him. This is 0.
Yeah, this is Jason.
To accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
Hey, what's up, Don? It's Jason in Connecticut. How's it going?
I'm good, man. How's everything with you?
Yeah, it's all right, man. Hey, I don't know. I think Rapunzel's probably next to go. I don't know. He seems to be the weakest of the serial killers left over there, so I think he might get whacked tonight.
Yeah, I think that he would be a prime candidate to go, but how would Dexter pull it off if he's going? Remember, Dexter's got to go on a bowling trip with her. She spilled those beans as she goes bowling with him. So how would he be able to get away from her twice? It would be then to go kill another killer. You know what I mean? Would they
deal
twice?
with Harrison too?
Huh?
You got to deal with Harrison tonight too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So would they do that twice? The show writers, would they let him get away from her 2 different times to kill one of the other people? I just think it would be a little repetitive if they did it twice.
Yeah, good point. The only other thing I wanted to say was, the names of these episodes coming up are kind of telling too. Episode 8, the kill room where it happens. I don't know. I think Dexter's showing somebody his kill room, or somebody's finding his kill room. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would say the kill room where it happens would have to be. That's episode 8. We get 10 episodes, right, this season?
Yeah.
Episode of the kill room where it happens. Who would he put in that kill room where it's going to happen? You know, oh yeah, it sounds like it could be he's showing someone. Maybe he shows Prater or someone like that. He comes clean of who he is and everything else, and he shows him exactly where it happens, because for like the show and tell version of his thing.
Yep, I've been thinking about that one a lot. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves there. And then what last point was, same thing for episode 9, Touched by an Angel, but, you know, with the capital A for Batista's name. So, you know, he's still around in episode 9, right?
Yeah, he's going to be. I think they got him down for the whole thing, right? So for all 10 episodes, they got him in. So, again, we can't take that as it is, but he is a main character. They may have gotten that one right. Touched by an Angel, obviously, but who is touched by an angel? You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Is it Harrison or is it him?
Yep, could be a lot of things. Hey Don, thanks for taking the call, man. You're great over there. Keep up the good work.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, you know, the episode titles it seems all of them have been very specific of what it is. You know what I mean? If you go back and you start looking at it and everything else, it seems like they're all very specific about exactly what it is. They're very spot on to what's going on. I mean, this is what, murder horny? So it's obviously he's going to murder. He's horny for this chick and he's going to murder someone with her. That's what's going down in there. You know, that's why that is and everything else for him and stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that's what. Listen, we have over 115 people up in this piece, man. I don't know how many likes we got, but hit the thumbs up for you, boy. You know what I mean? Hit the thumbs up. We up here rocking every week. We'll be here. We'll be here Sunday with the post show, and we are here always on Thursday right before with the pregame show, getting you hyped up, getting you ready, making sure that you stay your ass up till 1:01 a.m. Eastern time so you can watch this mug. I'm going to be up. And so hopefully y'all are up with me. You know what I mean? Stay up with the Don. Stay up there. Watch it. If you got to go to bed and, you know, you got to go to work in the morning and stuff like that, I got to stay up. Don't worry about it. It's Dexter. It's Dexter Friday. We are just about there. We are almost there. So make sure you stay up. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. You know the number to call in. 518-290-0848 is the number if you want to call in everything else. Mr. Faster Than Lights says Harrison needs a lot of help. I don't know if he needs a lot. Again, that goes to the theory. If the theory is that Harrison is that Dexter is going to take that watch, put it in Lady Vengeance trophy case, and somehow she gets associated with that, that would work. To me, I still think that is going to be Harrison's trophy. Now, I had thought about it and I had said it. I was going to put it in the video and I did. And someone in my comment section said Harrison's name is going to be the watch collector. And I actually thought about that. And I was going to put that in the video, but then I was like, nah. But someone in the comment section also said it. And that would be his name. They make it the watch collector because everyone he kills is going to start collecting watches. Again, I believe that watch is his first trophy and it's haunting him. And the reason why it's haunting him is because he likes it. He hates the fact that he likes it. That's why he keeps trying to put it away. But every time he tries to put it away, it always comes back. He always picks it up. He always takes it. He could have threw that thing out a long time ago. Now, it could go the other way, as other people's theory said, that he could put it in the box and be done. But I think they're focusing way too much for it just to be something that quick. And I don't think that Lady Vengeance needs to be set up like that. I think she could be set up for this kill right here that she gets caught with. I think she can get caught for that kill and everything else and then be done with it. And that'll be enough to get preyed up and then to go out there and take him out and everything else and stuff. But I do think that Harrison is just like it. You know, it would be a funny thing if the watch wasn't even on. I need to go back and see if the watch was even on, because the watch is not on. If the watch is actually off and he hears the ticking, then we know that that's exactly what's going on. Hey, he'll get a serial killer name. Everyone gets a serial killer name if you kill enough people, and they will give you one. The press will give you one. At one point, the press is going to give you a name. People say the timekeeper. That would be good. I like that. The time collector. Running out of time. The running out of time killer. It could be a whole bunch of different things you could make up for that. Someone's saying Lumen. What about Lumen? What about Lumen? I didn't see the question. Sabella says, I think Claudette is the twin and he just has multiple personalities. Might be why she's obsessed with the Ripper case, as it could be his other personalities. Now, it all depends where he's from. For that to work, I did say about her that she definitely has serial killer vibes to her. And I said in my video, if y'all watching, I said that she might have the killer in her family, and that's why she acts like that. Now, whether the Gemini killer is that killer, I have no idea. I have no idea if it is, but it's a good possibility. If they were twins, I wouldn't hate it. But the fact that he said the things he did say about him twitching and stuff makes me think if he's going to be a twin, it's going to be. Now, if he was a twin with split personality, that's a lot of steps they're going there to get us there. That's a lot of steps. That is a lot of steps. You know what I mean? But, it would work if he was from New York and she was helping him get away with stuff. We've seen Dexter get away with a lot of stuff because he was in the police force. So that would work also, but this guy is number one on the FBI list, been that way. They've made movies about him and everything. And he seems to be the most popular subject when we talk about this show. Every time we talk about this show, everybody is into the Gemini. I'd like to see a spinoff, but I do think that Lady Vengeance might get a spinoff. Obviously, the showrunner who put her in it worked on Jessica Jones with it. Now he's running this show. They're friends. She's a good character. They may give her a spinoff show, and maybe a situation where they bring her, because you wouldn't have to have Dexter. You could bring all those people back for the Prater party and everything else. She said she's been going to it for years. You could have all those people back, and you wouldn't have to have anything to do with Dexter because he wasn't there to lead all the way up to then. So you could have that, or you could have her meeting up with a couple of these characters at their homes or their states or things like that or something like that. So there's a way to bring these people back with that, you know what I mean? And all that. What if they are the same person? Who? The Gemini killer and the cop, Claudette? I don't see that. They don't look nothing alike. There ain't that much makeup in the world. Not that much makeup in the world to get that man to look that pretty. I don't think he could pull that one off and everything else. You know what I mean? But I do think. Listen, if he's related to, I could see it. If they were twins, I wouldn't be mad at it. You know what I mean? It could be something like that. You know what I'm saying? But we shall see how it goes down with him and everything else. Lewan, Don, you think that it's possible that Gemini kills Harrison and his girlfriend? That'd be brutal. Yeah, listen, if he kills Harrison and it's got to be two people. If he's doing two, Harrison and his girlfriend, that would be great. Or he kills Blessing and Blessing's wife. He kills them. He finds out where Dexter's staying. He goes up there and he kills them and takes them out. And now Dexter's mad because they took out people that had nothing to do with anything. Or Prater goes there with them and takes those people out. You know what I mean? Now, the one thing I would say that, that people are saying is that, you know what I mean, that when they get together for this meeting with Prater, that they may kill for Prater, which I don't know if they can do that. And I'll explain why in a second.
Isaac.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
We're rocking with what's going on?
Yo, Isaac. Just hold on, I gotta turn it up. Just quick couple of theories.
Yep.
In my opinion, Charlie's known the whole time who Dexter is. Maybe she's some kind of law enforcement in Miami.
All right.
Also,
I think she's definitely ex-law enforcement. I don't know about Miami, but she may have been stationed out there. If she was FBI or something like that, and then she may have known Lundy, and known all that situation that went down there.
Yeah, but also I was going to say, I think Claudette in some ways kin to the New York Ripper. Definitely.
Yeah, you think that her and the New York Ripper? So I think it could be the partner, because he's the one that's always trying to push her and stop her from doing it. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one telling her not to do it. Again, there are actors that we haven't seen in this show yet. You know what I mean? We haven't seen everybody yet. There's some actors in here. That one guy from The Sopranos. I don't know if you ever watched The Sopranos. But the one.
Yeah, he's Vinny. I think he is also who Charlie is seeing in prison, not Mia.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That guy, he's there. He's still in it, whatever his role is going to be. He's a big actor. You know what I mean? So he could have something to do with it and stuff. So there's a couple of people we haven't seen yet. So we'll have to wait and see who these people turn out to be. Because he can be connected to it somehow. It could be a situation like that.
Yo, just want to call in, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Like and subscribe, everybody.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night, bro.
All right, bro. Peace. That's what I love when the calls come in, man. That's what it is. We have over 135 people up in here. Smash that like for your boy. Who is that? The Don, Tony, and Teflon. This is the #1 show for the fans, by the fans, right here. Perf says Gemini will try to kill Dexter and Lady Vengeance since they'll become partners. We'll see. As I said, I don't think he gets close to them. And the way they said it, right? The way he said it and everything else, and I played the clip for everybody. The way he says the way he kills is so brutal. The way he poses the bodies is brutal. So that we have to see it. He has to do it. Like you can't. If they're saying the way he does it is brutal, that means he has to do it to somebody. Now, is he gonna be? If he does it for Dexter and Lady Vengeance, maybe he tries to do it to them. But there's someone that he has to do it to. We have to witness it. So I would think that Blessings, I keep calling her Blessings and his wife, I think that's a good too. If you wanted to say Dexter's son and his girlfriend, I don't know if they will kill Harrison off that fast. I don't know if they'll kill Harrison off. Especially if they're going multiple seasons. You know what I mean? I don't know if they'll do that to him. Who else is two people that he could do it to? It'd be great if he did it to the cops. That'll be phenomenal, but I don't know if they'll do that because I don't think they'll pull them out of that. Who else are two people that he could do it to? He's not going to do it to Prada and Charlie. He's not going to do it to them, but they would be targets and everything else. Listen, Dexter's son and Dexter's so-called girlfriend would be a great thought. But I really think if it has to be two, it's going to be Blessings. And it's going to be Blessing's wife, or Blessing's wife and his daughter, and then he has to live with it. Because then you have the twist that Dexter knows what happened. Dexter knows it's his fault, and then Blessings is all of a sudden going to go, start talking, trying to lean on Dexter and stuff like that. And Dexter's not good with that emotional stuff. So I think it would be a good twist if they did his wife and his daughter and killed them. You know what I mean, or something like that. Or it could be the daughter and the son-in-law. Yeah, it could be that, the daughter and the son-in-law. It could be something like that. But it has to be two people. And I think that I think they're going to have to show him kill people. They have to show it. So, Rapunzel, I don't know if they show him do it. Because as I was saying, I know people are saying that they got to kill somebody for him while he's there. I don't know if that works because they've been getting together all these years, 7 or so years. And every 7 or so years, all these killer styles show up in New York at the same date. You know what I mean? At the same week. It would just be too suspicious. I think that the cops would have picked up on that. That, the Rapunzel killer and the tattoo collector and Gemini killer are all here, are all killing New York at 1 week during the year. It would just be a little too much. You know what I'm saying? If they all had to do that. I think that the tattoo collector just wanted to do it because the person he was stalking just happened to be there. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it goes and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would think it goes down and everything else. Batista and Claude. I said the cops would be great. Batista and Claude that. But he would have to do that at the end of the series. It would have to be the last thing. Listen, I think that when they end this series, end this season, they have to end it on some type of cliffhanger, some type of something that makes you say, oh shit, and want to see the second season. I don't think they just end it and then he smiles and he walks away, and they play some music. It has to be something that fucks Dexter up, and then he's going into next season fucked up. You know what I mean? Something that's the bad that's gonna happen to. That's why I can see him killing the Gemini killer, and then thinking he's killed the Gemini killer, and then the Gemini killer killing either Blessings and his wife when he goes up there, and then he realizes or sees him and realizes the guy's a twin, and then he goes off. And then that's how it ends and stuff, or something like that. Yeah, they'll. I think they clear up the New York Ripper thing. I think that goes off this season. They figure that out. That's going to get got and everything else. I think that's the way. It's all the way from the land down under. Our girl Carla is in the building, rocking with us and everything else. You know. So people, I ain't gonna lie, I miss my. I don't mind. Listen, I'm from New York. This is my hometown. So I love it being in New York. Miami was fun. We did that. We did it for a long time. So I don't mind him doing this. I don't care if he goes somewhere else after this season. I don't care if this is like goddamn Kung Fu and he's out and goes to a different place everywhere else. They could do that for me. That works for me. I would take that all day if they did something like that. Listen, over 145 people up in here. Man, hit that thumbs up for your boy. Man, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. The more you do that, the more people come up in here, the more YouTube pushes it out and everything else, and the more people see it. And listen, we got the feelers out to the cast. So we're going to get these cast members. We're going to get one of these cast members, a couple of them on here. We got the feelers out. We're going to have some negotiations going on with them. So, they're probably watching right now. Never sleep and think that people from the show don't be watching, because I've already proven that. All my From videos that I did, that the whole cast of From was watching the Don Tony Teflon. All right, I got told by the cast members on the show they watch the Don Tony Teflon. So don't think that these cast members they ain't aware. And what they're aware of, and the filmmakers are aware of, the numbers of the people who are in here. And if we get those numbers to a certain point, I guarantee you they're going to come on this show. And not only will they come on this show, you are going to have the chance, because I have the call-in line to call in and ask a question. Like I always do. I always do that for you. Always do that for you. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it again. That's the way I roll, right? So I'm going to get that done. I'm going to get that done for you. You ain't got to worry about it. We're going to get that done. So make sure you hit that thumbs up, show up, show out, you know what I mean? So that way we can get it. It comes out at, 1:01 tomorrow, 1:01 a.m. It'll be out is when it drops, 1 minute after 1. So you got a few hours left. Y'all can still, go out there and everything else. What's going on? You are never late. You are always on time. I'm glad that you made it and everything up and all that. Yeah, say what up to Michael C. What up, Michael C. Hall? What's going on, Michael C. Hall? We appreciate you watching. They be stalking. They be stalking. They be stalking. Don't think they don't. That's how we usually catch them, like when we give away giveaways and stuff. We give away like free things. Do I have any more free ones to give away? Let me see. If I do have some free memberships, I'll give them away. See if we catch them. Do I have any free ones? I don't know if I have any free ones left. I don't have any free ones left, man. You sent all your 10 free memberships this month. Did I really? Bastards. Oh, the month. All right. It's the end of the month. It didn't re-up yet. It's got to re-up. It'll re-up tomorrow on the 1st. And then I'll have 10 more to give away. And I'll give away 5 next stream, 5 the next stream, and all that stuff. And all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So next stream, Sunday, we'll give some membership for people. What's up to Anna from the Red Lipstick Club in the building? Rocking with us and everything else. What's going on with you? Too bad you ain't watching the show. What happened to Ellen? I wish Ellen was watching the show. She will come back out here and talk with us and stuff. But don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to have other people on here rocking with the Don. Trust me. I'm in talks, people. Don't worry. I promise you. The show starts at 1:01 a.m. 1:01 a.m. It'll be on and stuff. 1:01 and everything else. What's up, Mano? What's going on? Adam Wood, thanks for sharing for video for your theory in the video. No, always, all day. All day. I am in Nashville house hunting for my move, Tony. Are you really? Well, congratulations. Did you talk to Will? You should contact Will Carter. I'm sure Will Carter can help you out on that and everything else. You know what I mean? I'm sure Will Carter will get you popping on there. He has a lot of contacts in the realty business. And if you need his number or anything like that, hit me up private. I will make sure that you get it. And I'll let him know that you're going to contact him if you're interested in doing anything like that. And listen, oh, your mom's a real estate out there. I'm sorry. There you go. Thank you for the sub, Perf. I really appreciate that. What's going on? What's going on, Miss T? And what's going on, C. Rick? Glad that y'all can come out here and make us and talk about this and everything else. There you go. That's what choice. I've been posting your videos of other people's comments. That's funny. They're probably removing them as soon as you do it, though. But yeah, keep it up. They probably remove them as soon as they see it. I say, what is that link? And they probably remove it and everything else. Oh, am I watching it live with you? I don't have a live set up. I could do a live watch along if y'all want to do a live watch. I won't do it this week, but I could do it. I could start it next week. We do live watch alongs if you want to do that. No problem. You know what I mean? We could definitely pull that off and stuff for you. If y'all are interested in doing anything like that, we could definitely get that. Let's see if we can get to 150 people here live. And then that'll be a great number. We can get there. We're almost there. So we'll see if we can get there. Let's keep going on with the show. Chris Wilson says, what if Dexter does a Bay Harbor Butcher show and tell? You know, he wants, well, yeah, well, that could be that we talked about that episode 8, the kill room where it all takes place. That could be the show and tell right there in that room. Obviously, it's the kill room where it all happens. It's episode 8, 2 from the finale. And, you know, that could be that situation where it goes down there, where he shows him exactly how it goes down. Even though Dexter's kills aren't really monstrous. I mean, obviously he's killing someone, so it's monstrous, but not monstrous in nation. It's just a stab to the chest. And then it's really the dissection of the body that they don't show or anything else, but it's a stab to the chest and everything else. Everyone else is a little bit more brutal than him and everything else. You know what I mean? So we'll see what it is. Again, you can call in 518-290-0848. 518-290-0848 is the number to call in and stuff and everything else. But yeah, I could see Peter Dinklage wrapped up in plastic before this season is all over. I don't know if he'll be able to get Charlie like that. I think Charlie flips on Peter Dinklage when it's all said and done, because she's not amused at this shit. She doesn't like this serial killer stuff. She doesn't like it at all. She doesn't like his collection. She seems that she's just doing it for the money. So it could just be a breaking point. You know what I mean? It could be a break. And again, you know, there's certain things they got to pay off. You know, they said, and I'll make a video about it and I'll put the stuff out there, but there's certain things that got to be paid off. You know, he didn't, well, we'll take this. Go on.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's going on?
What's going on, homie?
What's going on? What's your name?
Just Penta 55.
What? Say it again.
Penta 55.
Henson,
as in
555. What's going on, man?
Just a wild theory for a cliffhanger ending that you were talking about.
Let's go.
Prater's apartment / condo, whatever the fuck, on fire. Dexter gets locked in the trophy room trying to save his trophies and hides out in Jeffrey Dahmer's refrigerator.
That would be great.
Just saying.
That would be.
I'm just saying that'd be awesome.
That would be great. You know, it would be great. I will say that in an interview, the actor who played Harrison said that he was staged in there, in that room with Uma Thurman. And so he said that they were waiting there for their cues or something like that. A wild scene was being shot, but they were in there. And that's when he got a chance to speak to Uma Thurman. So the fact that you had Dexter's son, and I don't know if that means anything happens in the room, but it does mean that Dexter's son does make it probably onto that set at some point with Uma Thurman. So maybe it's a situation like that, but that would be funny if he was able to save his life by jumping in that little ass refrigerator.
Yeah, man, I just want to throw that out there because I just think that would be the perfect cliffhanger. Maybe Harrison gets the code, Batista has it. Whoever survives to the end.
Yeah, because
whatever.
Someone's got to get trapped in there, right? Because they said it. If you don't get it right, it automatically locks it down. So the fact that they said it, that means someone has to get trapped. Someone's got to mess up the code and fuck it up and get locked in there. It's just how they're going to get locked up in there and what's going to happen when they do.
Far-fetched theory. Charlie sets him out because she hates all the serial killer business. She's dying. She's like, all right, you killed the killers. I'll set you free. And then she dies.
Could be.
That's all I got.
Well, that sounds good, man. Sounds good. It definitely could be something like that go down.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. One. They have to pay that off. You know, they can't just have him go in there. Thanks for the call. They can't just have him go in there, talk about the code and everything else, and it just has one thing, and then they don't pay it off. That has to be paid off. They have to do it. They can't just leave that empty. They're not just saying things like that going on where these things aren't happening. Dexter breaks the fire extinguisher's glass with Trinity's hand. Dexter is getting those slides back. They have done nothing but have these slides. I mean, these trophies. He's getting his back.
From
Is Bobby.
to accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
Hey, what's up, Tony Teflon? It's Bobby.
What's going on, Bob?
Just watching the stream, just chilling, and I wanted to touch base with that last theory that guy had about like hiding in the refrigerator, kind of like Indiana Jones style. Like,
Yep.
I thought that was kind of hilarious. I kind of think if anything does happen in there, like what do you think is going to be? Okay, so I think there's going to be a scene where. Sorry, I'm very nervous right now because I'm on your stream. I'm just like, oh god.
Great.
Yeah, man. Okay. So basically, I think what's going to happen is you're going to have a scene where Dexter's going to go in there to try to retrieve either the blood slides or just something, and then I guarantee you that's where we're going to get the scene where Brian Moser comes back. He's going to be looking at the table again, and there's going to be a shot where Brian Moser's back as a ghost, like kind of like Harry. Mm-hmm. I think that's where we're going to get that scene, because I think there was rumors that the actor who plays Brian Moser was seen wearing his costume again. So
yeah, that would be great if they did that, and that would be the place to do it. But that's
the perfect spot. He'd be like him staring at the table, like at the thing, and then his brother's just like, hey, like, what's up? What's good?
His brother his brother looks up. He's sitting looking at the table. His brother's laid down there, then sits up and shit and starts talking to him.
Oh, that'd be so trippy.
You know, or his brother gives him the confidence to get out of there, like it's locked in there.
Yeah. Maybe his brother is like the reason, like the way he gets out is like he figures it out because of Brian. I don't know. I do like that theory that the other guy had, where like there could be a fire in Prater's place, and then.
I'd like to get inside the refrigerator too. Maybe he steals the slide. The stuff goes off. They come rushing in there. They can't find.
He's hiding in the refrigerator
at that time. Right?
Never know.
It could be a situation like that. Like he just hides in.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for tonight's episode. Oh.
Yeah.
Or I guess tomorrow night's episode, but like. Yeah, I'm staying up till like 3 a.m. for it to drop.
They ain't no sleep, man. I gotta make a video after. They don't sleep, none of us.
What is sleep? Who sleeps these days?
Exactly. It's the cousin.
All right, man. Well, thank you for doing the work that you do, keeping up the community. It's awesome work. Huge Dexter fan. Huge fan of Tony Teflon and the Don. You know. So I'll catch you later, and I'll try to catch another one of your streams sometime.
All right, brother. Come on.
Oh, one sec before I go.
Yeah.
There was one more thing. Who do we think Gemini? Like, what do we think is going on with Gemini?
I think he's either a twin or he has a split personality.
I think there's some kind of twin thing going on, and I think that's how it's going to be. Like he's going to get caught or something. How Dex is going to get caught.
Yeah, it'd be a twin or a split personality, but most likely I do think
Yeah.
he's gonna go with the twin.
Oh, dude, he's gonna kill Gemini, and then he's gonna go to Prater's next meeting, and Gemini's gonna be there, and he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? All right, you have a great night, and enjoy the next episode.
All right, man. You too. Peace. Great call. Y'all got some great calls going on. Again, whoever just called in, call right back. Sorry, I was on the phone when you get that call. So, I don't never interrupt people like that. I'm not that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of people in here, man. So let's hit that thumbs up for your boy and everything else. Whoever made that call, definitely call back. Just curious, Don, do you think they're going to bring Deborah's ghost back? The actor, Michael C. Hall, said you never know. Someone asked him that question. And he said you never know who can come back, because anyone can come back in his mind. So he's not ruling out anybody coming back at all from the series. So he could bring back anybody, he said, basically. You know what I mean? So everything else. So I think it's a good chance. I mean, they did run it last the New Blood situation, the whole series and stuff. But, I could see her coming. I could see, like, when it's all said and done for Dexter, that she definitely comes back then at the end. You know what I mean? Without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see a situation like that. So I think she will get back and everything else. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd like to see more surprise motherfucker too. That Dokes is I like to see more of that too, and everything, without a shadow of a doubt. Gemini will probably be the last serial killer besides Dexter Stan. Yeah, I think that you could have Gemini go into the next season and have that guy. He could be the next Trinity killer for Dexter, where he can't just take him out. It's going to take a second from the comeback. You know what I mean? So, and everything else. So I think they can definitely do that without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, who wants to call in and tell us your theory? Come on, we want to hear it. We definitely want to hear it. What? Oh, all right. Some stuff I order so much stuff sometimes from Amazon. I have no idea.
From
Chris.
To accept, press 1.
You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. Who are we speaking to?
Hey, this is Chris. I'm a little bit nervous, but
You get to go, man.
I got this theory that it's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
You understand? Like Dexter's going to inherit this dude's stuff, his collection, his building, his the what's the woman's name? Claudette, not Claudette, but the
Charlie.
Uma Thurman's character.
Charlie.
Uma Thurman's character. Yeah, Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got a feeling, wouldn't that blow everybody's mind if he inherited all of that?
How would he? Do you think Prater Wright puts a will for him or something? How does he do it?
I don't know. Maybe I was thinking maybe he's dying or something. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see him getting.
So, I mean, I didn't think too deeply into it. That just came across my mind. How could Dexter end up? Because like during the show they said you could be anybody in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking he's already impersonating somebody.
Yeah, I don't know if
so he might just use that as a lair to draw him in.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah, I feel what you're
all
saying.
his victims would come to him. That's it.
I could see that happening to a point where I think maybe he could take some of the money, some of the cash. Maybe he can get like $1 million in cash and not have to work and be cool like that. I do think that I don't know if all those things are going to survive. I think he gets his blood slides out, but the rest will be destroyed. But as for the whole serial killer, like luring them in, I think I do agree that could happen.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how it could happen, but I'm just.
Yeah.
So if he could take a situation, how feasible it it's just something that crossed my mind, and I started not to call in because if I'm right, I really don't want to spoil it.
No. This is what it's all about, man. That's what theories mean. It's a theory, man. We don't know if we're right or wrong. I could be right about a couple of things I said. I could be wrong about them, and I don't think anyone's gonna feel spoiled by it because we're just making this up as we're going.
Right, and as far as the Gemini killer,
Mm-hmm.
like the sickest thing, I've said it a couple times on the chat, but the sickest thing I can think of is that he was born a Siamese twin, and he killed the Siamese twin that was attached to him. I mean, that to me, that's some sick shit, but that's what came to mind.
Yeah, some sick shit. If you say like a conjoined twin type of thing, like he's
yes,
and
he killed the other twin.
Yeah, that would be crazy if something like that happened. That would be crazy. But listen, that's not too far fetched. I mean, it's far-fetched,
right.
It's not too far fetched.
All right, buddy.
All right, my man.
I'll let you get back to the chat.
I appreciate you.
Thanks.
Yeah, just call back. Listen, it could be a situation like that, right? Have people been separated right from the head and stuff? I think that's happened before, right? So it could be a situation like that. I mean, I don't see any spot in his head. If you have a big bald spot on one side, maybe, you know what I mean? But listen, hair products, hair stuff is amazing right now. I mean, these hair things are amazing. You go out there, look at Akon shit. Hey, if he's hanging out with Akon, you get your whole hairline back. Akon got the hookup. Shit, Akon hook your shit up. You can be bald and shit. Stephen A. Smith needs to hang out with Akon. Akon get your whole shit fixed. He's about that shit. You know what I mean? He's about that goddamn life and all that. So yeah, I don't know if Dexter could inherit the whole thing, but could he lure other people in like that guy did it? Possibly he could. Like Prater's doing, possibly he could do something like that. You know what I mean? I think it's possible that he could probably pull something like that off. You know what I mean? Did Uma really kill the clubber? Yes, she did. Yes, there's no doubt she killed him. That's how he has the bat. She be seeing him swinging and catching him with it. You know what I mean? So yes, there's no doubt. So let's go through it real quick. We've seen 2 serial killers get killed. We've seen the clubber get killed, and then we've seen the tattoo collector get killed. What's the thing? I'm going to ask y'all the question. What is the thing that we see in common with both of those killers when they die? Y'all should know this. There's over 155 people here. Hit that thumbs up. Y'all should know. What's the 2 things? They have one thing in common when they were killed. And it could be a pattern that we continue to see. Anybody? Come on. Cuts to off screen. No, that's not it. They had no fear of dying. No, that's not it. They were burned in the furnace. No, that's not it. Both are killers. No, that's not it. The thing that they have in common is that they were both basically taken out with their own weapon, right? You've seen the clubber get killed by his own club. And then you've seen the tattoo collector get knocked out by the stuff he used to knock out victims. So it seems that they're having these people die by the methods that they've killed people. So if we took that means Rapunzel would get strangled to death, right? That means you would take Rapunzel, he gets strangled to death when he would go out, right? He's going out. I don't think that Lady Vengeance is getting killed like that. I think she's going to go to jail and stuff. So it wouldn't apply to her, but he may get strangled, this guy, for strangling women all these times and everything else. He may get strangled himself. It would be ironic if he got strangled by a woman who had a pony. There's no woman in this show right now who's got long enough hair to have a ponytail. It would be funny if they got the drop on him and they strangled his ass with their own ponytail. Or the ponytail in that room with the collection, he cuts the ponytails off. Or it could be like, say he kills somebody, chops off the ponytail. Dexter comes in there, doesn't have his knockout drug. So all of a sudden he grabs the guy's ponytail that he used the day cut off and then strangles him with the ponytail and knock him out so he can get his ass on the table. could be a situation like that. But we'll see if that pattern does continue. But that is a pattern that has happened so far this season and everything else. So we'll see what's going on non-fiction. I don't think I had a chance to shout you out. So let me make sure we do that. Basket full of puppies is up in here rocking with us right now and everything. Isaac is up in here rocking with us. Jason Rhodes is up in here rocking with us. Catherine Brown says, Prada and on underestimation surviving all the killers included. Listen, Prada's story ends just like the chick, was it Molly Park? Right? And I said it when that season came on. As soon as I seen her, I said that this is going to be someone who makes podcasts about serial killers who was killed by a serial killer. I said that when I first seen her, the first time they showed her in the show, I said that. That's exactly what's happened. And it's going to be the same thing with Prada. He's going to hang around serial killers and get killed by the serial killers he hangs around with. That's the only way it's going to go down with him. That's guaranteed to happen. He ain't surviving this shit. He's getting taken out. Peter Dinklage's too expensive. You can't keep bringing him back every season. Shit. That man is going to cost him money. You know what I mean? There's no way that's going down and everything. That's just not the way it's going down and everything else. It's got to be something else going down with him and stuff. So what do you say about the taxi cab driver? Yeah, the taxi cab driver did not get strangled or its neck cut off from his own instrument, but Dexter used the metal piece to thwart his instrument from it. So you could say that his instrument failed him. In the end, it had something to do with the method that he killed that got him killed. So we could say that easily. He went for his go-to move. It didn't work because Dexter was prepared for it. So everyone has gotten something to do with their go-to move or the way they kill people, and it has been their downfall of how they got bagged up and stuff. So we could throw him in there too, and everything else. Now you can't keep the Dink. It's too much. Too much money. Too much money to have Dinklage up in there. Way too much money. You can't have all that stuff and everything else. It is 9:18 p.m. on the Eastern Dial right now. We have almost 160 people in here. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. We are here every week. The Don Tony Teflon, usually Fill the Issues guy. But we're going to have a couple other YouTubers come on here because y'all have requested some other YouTubers to rock this and get their opinion and everything else. So we're going to definitely do that and have these people up in here. I think I see Fill the Issues guy in the background right now, rocking and stuff. So he will be ready. I told you he's an after 9 o'clock guy. He's after that 9 o'clock person. All right. Hi from Artero Kenna. All right. Look, while Phil sets up, let's do something real quick, like old school Teflon TV, or we used to call, say, rep your hood. I want everybody in the chat to rep where you're from so we can let these motherfuckers who are the showrunners and everyone else watching from the show that we are worldwide in this bitch. That we aren't just, we are worldwide. We are in every state of the United States. We are worldwide. Put it in the comment section. I will shout out exactly where you're from. Let's take this while Phil sets up. This is a but
From.
Hello, my name is Ro.
To accept, press 1.
what's going on? You're rocking with the Don, Tony Teflon, and Fill the Issues guy. You were. It did not go on everything. Let's go through it with the names. I'm sorry. Try to call back, man. That must have been an overseas number because it came in a different type of pattern there. That's 209's calling.
From.
Razor.
To accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don, Tony Teflon, and Fill the Issues guy.
Hey, what's talking, Tony? And so, it's Razor on Doc Holiday.
What's going on, Doc Holiday?
Not much. Just real quick, a couple things I wanted to throw in. One thing had to do with Charlie.
Any way you can make it a little more clearer because you sound really mumbled. It's hard to hear you.
Oh, good. What about now?
Yeah, a little better.
All right, cool. I'll be quick. I think Charlie. I think she's being blackmailed by a traitor. I think she may have kids, a child or a daughter or son, and that's what he's using to leverage her. That's why she seems so disgusted, doing all these killings and involved with serial killers. So that's just one theory I had with her, and she may team up with Dexter later on and help him out. My theory with the Gemini killer, although I see him having a twin makes sense. I honestly think that him having a split personality, not only would that be more difficult to play, in my opinion, but I think it'd be interesting if the way Dexter, the way we see Dexter, he sees Harry. He's like a figment of his imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be interesting if we saw the same thing with the Gemini killer, but with his dead twin.
Okay.
Maybe he has his own kind of dark passenger in that way that he sees. He's kind of giving him advice. And I think that may parallel with Dexter, with him having his own brother. Like maybe they were both born in blood the same way he was.
Mm-hmm.
And it might kind of conflict with Dexter in his code, because maybe there's a good side to him, but being split personality, it's kind of hard to decipher. Like that's the good guy or the bad guy in him. And so I just think that might make it for an interesting little twist that we see. But yeah, that's just my quick theory on that though.
I like it. I mean, it could go either way. So I won't refute either of them. It could definitely be something. When you hear him say the things he says, that he has to be aware of how he's holding his hands and how his eyes are moving, he's definitely playing a second character. Now, whether it's a twin or a split personality, it's the only way it could go.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, other than that, great stuff, man. We're walking with you since 2018.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the support.
Godspeed.
All right, peace. Phil, you set up yet?
Yeah, I'm here. How's it going?
Going good, going good. How's everything with you?
It's all right. It's been a long day. I'm glad to make it before you finished, but can't wait for this next episode. I just was watching the preview. It looks very interesting.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Let's go through some of these names here. We got Graham is from Ontario, Canada. Isaac VA. Jay is from Brad, Florida. Arc Knight AZ. Moose Bolton's Maine. My coveted narcissism is Brisbane, Australia here. We got a bunch of people from Australia always rocking with us, man. C-Note is from Newark. Chris Wilson is from Florida. Jason Rose, PA. Justin, Illinois.
Wait.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was talking to the dog.
Nonfiction, New York. We up in here. Lights, Camera, Action is from Alyssa in Houston, Texas. Carl is from Adeline, Australia, baby. We get down for the crowd. Got Sarah Sharp from Texas. We got the Bronx, New York. The Boogie Woogie is up in the building. We got someone else from Ontario, Canada. A bunch of people. B-More's in the building. It's all over the place. Worldwide. Let's take this.
Calling for the Don, Tony Teflon.
To accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon affiliation guy.
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
All right, what's going on?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, who are we speaking to?
This is Will.
Oh, did you just think of that right now?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
No, that's
I don't know if he's sure. He wasn't sure about that, Tony.
That's actually my name. I just didn't know whether to give a pretend. I don't have a pretend name on here, so I'll just go.
Wait, it's not. He wasn't sure about
that. But yeah, man, I started watching you when New Blood came out, and I've watched all your streams and videos since this series started. Man, you're definitely, I would say, the most informative and entertaining of all the little Dexter podcasts and stuff out there, for sure, man.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So I got a couple of little theories to run by you. One we haven't, or you guys haven't talked a lot about here tonight, is the Batista stuff.
Okay.
And everybody's thinking Batista has to get killed or this or that, but Batista, I'm involved in video production and that kind of thing. So I look at it from that side as well, the story, but also what they logically have to do to make the series. And Batista is a series regular.
Yep.
And I don't know if you watched the interview with Clyde Phillips, the after episode 4 thing he did. It was about 17 minutes where he discussed a lot of these things, but I listened to specifically how he phrased certain questions. And when he talked about Batista, he said something along the lines of, and he does that all season. So, you know, I'm definitely expecting Batista to make it to the end of the season. And if they've planned this thing out 3 seasons ahead, I think it's a lot more likely Batista makes it into the 2nd season at least, because it makes it a lot more dramatic when he finally does meet his end on the show, you know?
Yeah, without a doubt. And episode 9 is called Touched by an Angel, right? So we know he makes it to at least episode 9. I would think he makes it the whole season 2. I don't think he has to die because I think people are thinking that it's going to end in 1 season and not looking at it 3 seasons down the line. And to have Batista chasing Dexter is better than just knocking him out.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, too. So if you think about it, all right, well, what are they going to do with Batista? Because he can't just, you know, at the point that he's at right now, he can't just chase Dexter down the whole time because it has to come to a conclusion. He either has to catch him or he has to decide to work with him, you know? And I don't think Batista is going to decide to work with Dexter unless a big event happens, you know, where Dexter saves his life and Batista's conflicted about what to do or this or that. But here's the thing that Clyde Phillips did mention that nobody's really talked about is that Batista knows for a fact that Dexter had nothing to do with the murder in the hotel because he knows that Dexter was in a coma or in that hospital when it took place. And that means that he's going to know that Harrison did this. And if they try to frame Lady Vengeance, that's going to give Batista a whole nother motive in this series. And it's, you know, the other thing they said too was that they had to get him into New York. They plan on staying in New York for all of these seasons. So I could see Batista maybe working with the detectives, you know, gives him a little bit more of a storyline to chase. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's more for Angel.
Yeah, if it goes like say her partner is the Ripper, like I think it's a good possibility he is, Batista could be her new partner, you know, like off the books partner and stuff. He could just be running with her because again, we see that one scene in the trail that they haven't showed, and it's Dexter in the car and he's talking to someone, and he says, "If I am who you think I am, you know it's not going to end well for you." And it's a good chance he's talking to Batista in the car at that moment. There's a reason why they didn't show that person who he was talking to, because whoever that person is, it's a big reveal, right? So
that's a big statement.
Yeah, it's a good chance that that's the person. And Batista may not be able to prove it, but he knows it, but he just can't prove it.
All right, let me ask you this, and then I'll get off the phone here so some other people can call. But when we talk about the Gemini killer, I think it's also, like you've said, it's likely they have something long planned for him through at least a couple or maybe the 3 seasons. And you know, they've talked a lot about the Ripper and this and that. So those things are going to come. They're creating new lore. They can't just continue to rely on the Trinity Killer and all of the old lore. They have to create new lore that we care about. And if Prater, well, here's what I'm trying to say. Michael C. Hall has mentioned that there's a lot of father and son stuff. And everybody thinks, okay, well, you're talking about Harrison Dexter. Well, of course. But I think that it's likely that that Ripper is going to end up having some involvement, maybe not necessarily with the detective lady, but something to do with Prater or possibly the Gemini killer. So there's going to be some kind of new lore, new relationship that's going to be building throughout these 3 seasons, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. They have to. I think that you can't just keep going back to the Skinner or going back to these other. You need to start making some new villains, and Gemini would be the new villain to make. The guy's an amazing actor. You know, it's a guy that you can keep bringing back, and don't end him so fast, because you have to. In the end, you're doing a lot this season with this show. This whole serial killer Suicide Squad's a big jump. How do you come back from this and make the second season better, right? This seems like something they would do in the final season of a series with all these people. They're doing it in the first season. So they have to do something big to come back with next season and stuff. So I think having someone go and come back, I think having somebody continue would be the way to do it.
Well, when they did, I mean, you think about the second season of the original series. When they killed Dokes, it's like, how do you get better than that? How do you, I mean, I'm interested to see what they do. But, dude, thank you so much for your show. Thank you so much for your time. I'll definitely be calling in again.
I appreciate it. Thank you. 100%.
Yeah.
Right there.
So many interesting things. There is so much room and so much space to go after this. But I think if you end this season, and this is just throwing stuff at the wall, there's a lot of different ways. But if you end the season with somehow the Gemini killer or somebody outmaneuvering Dexter, and putting him in a position where he isn't on top, essentially, or maybe killing Lady Vengeance when realizing how close they are. I think the preview for next week had a interesting vibe with like him connecting with her in a murder and all that sort of stuff. But,
yeah. 1 second with the call. We'll take it.
I'm gonna take the. Always take.
I'm gonna take it.
From
Donna.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on? You are rocking with the Don Tony Teflon and Phil the Issues guy. Who will be speaking to?
It's Donna.
What's going on, Donna?
I'm trying to figure out, how do we really know, since Harrison thinks that Dexter is dead, how do we really know that that was really him who touched him on the shoulder and told him not to go in there? That could be Dexter in his mind, just like Dexter does with his dad. Maybe Dexter never even really talked to Harrison.
So they could go that route with it. We can't prove that until we see it, but we do see another scene with them sitting down and Harrison saying, how do I even know that I want you in my life? And then Dexter says, well, I know about the guy you killed, basically. And then Harrison looks at him. So all that would have to be in his head also. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. And also, when he killed Red, Red worked at a job.
Yes.
Red had an apartment. Won't Prater and everybody else find out that he's been declared missing or dead? And how could that be?
Yeah, I think that they tried to say that he's off the radar, right? I think they tried to really
they said that.
Stress that he's
like a computer, and he deleted his whole
find out things about him and then everything else like that. So I think that it could get around like that, or it could just be he's missing, he went away, he's a poof. It could be a situation like that. You know what I mean? It all depends. We don't know how about his family or anything else like that. They could always say something like that, but it would seem that would be the way it goes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I had.
Well, no, thank you.
Thank you. I enjoyed your show.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your calling. Please call back.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. And we have Media Melanie TV is in the building. And yes, she will be joining the Don and Phil on Sunday to rock with us to talk for the post-game show. So we'll look forward to chat with Media Melanie TV about Dexter this Sunday. All right, we'll be rocking with what we'll definitely have her on and stuff. I'm trying to have a couple other YouTubers on and all that good stuff. All that. If anybody in here that's in mind that wants to put a link to the channel on there, please do so. We'll take this call.
D Rose.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon and Phil the Issues guy, D Rose.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's up?
Hey, so I want to get y'all stuck. My wife and I, man, we long time Dexter watches, man, and yeah, I've been enjoying you, my SBA brother, over there, man, doing the stuff, doing all the breakdowns and stuff like that, man. Been watching you since New Blood, man. So kudos to you keeping this going, man. This is you definitely the best doing this thing on YouTube right now when it comes to the Dexter content. But I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on this theory that we saw that was like real, you know, it was really interesting. And they had somebody said that Prater could be the New York Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all think about that?
He could be. I couldn't tell you that he's not. I will say that weapon is pretty big. In there, I had there was an article that I read, and the article said that he was a serial killer, but then every other article said that he wasn't. Right? So did that article actually get it right, and then not where it weren't supposed to say that, and that was supposed to be a secret? It definitely could be a situation like that. He does say that the guy terrorized the streets he grew up on. Why would this one person terrorize the streets he grew up on specifically and not nowhere else, unless they had some type of connection to those streets? So I would not say it's not true. But I would say it's not likely.
Yeah, the weapon is kind of big. Yeah,
it's a big ass weapon. That's like Cloud's sword from Final Fantasy, bro. Like him swinging that.
Yeah,
it's like a Buster sword.
But it's like they setting up the Ripper to be something like real huge. So I'm just like, yo, who could it be? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it could be Charlie.
No,
I don't think it would be Charlie. You know what I mean?
She hates serial killers. It could be the cop's partner. Because it ties back to that cop. Because
I thought about that.
It has to.
Yo, I thought about that. That cop's partner looked real iffy when she was talking about the Ripper.
Yeah.
He was looking a little suspicious, yo.
Yeah. And he was
I thought about that.
And he was like, last time you did this and you got involved, you almost got fired. You shouldn't be going to it. He keeps steering her away from it.
You keep steering her. Wow. Right. Yo, that man, I'm gonna keep my eye out for that now. I'm gonna be watching him a lot closer now, man. But hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing, man. I just wanted to call in with that.
I appreciate
a little tidbit.
I appreciate
it. All right, man.
Peace out to you and your wife, brother.
Yes, sir. You too, bro.
Peace.
Yeah, great call.
Great call. The Ripper thing could be the cop's partner. Has to lead back to Huff somewhere.
Yeah.
Because they brought it up with her. She didn't have anything to do with it.
Plus, they need to explain her supernatural abilities and how she kind of connects into it a little bit as well. And that, I think it makes it slightly more interesting when you make Tyrion's character, his character not a killer, and not having the tools to do it.
100%. 519.
It's Graham.
To accept, press 1. To send
ladies,
what's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. And Phil.
Hey, Tony Teflon, what's good? Big fan. So I'm Graham in the chat. Hi, nice to chat with you. So in the recent trailer, they showed Prater talking to Charlie, and Charlie's like, "We have a problem." He's like, don't I pay you enough to don't I pay you to take care of my problems and stuff? Yeah. I think Charlie's found out that Red is dead. Like the real Red is dead.
Yeah.
And so Charlie's like, what the fuck? Charlie is gonna be the one that finds out, okay, that it's Dexter. But this is gonna be like the most exciting thing to Prater. Like he's like, oh my god, the Bay Harbor Butcher's actually here. Like he's not gonna be like mad. He's not going to be upset that he killed one of his invitees to his that table. He's going to be like, holy crap, this is awesome. Like I think Peter Dinklage is going to confront Dexter, but it's going to be like one of those like huge fanboy moments. I don't think obviously they're going to have to eventually discuss hey man, you can't keep killing all my friends, but I think Prater will be very fanboyish of Dexter in that situation, and I don't think they'll reveal it to Dexter that they know that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher. I think they'll maybe even have a meeting where they're like, "Oh, hey, Red," and like they treat him as Red, but both of them know that it is the Bay Harbor Butcher there.
I think that will happen. I don't know if it happens this episode. I think it's too early.
Oh no, not this episode. No. This, I think that's like episode 7 or 8 sort of thing. Like
and with the other part, I think she's telling him we have a problem because Lady Vengeance is going to jail. And that's
are we set on Lady Vengeance going to jail though? Like I really don't want that to happen to her character. I don't think he's going to portray her like that, but it does make sense based on the situation. You need somebody to take the blame for what happened with Ryan, and it does fit her MO. So I don't know, but I don't know.
It may not be that.
Honestly,
it could be the guy she kills. She's sloppy. She's
who knows?
Bottle and shit, and it's just gonna go all over the place. And if Dexter is standing there and watching it, he's gonna be like, "This is sloppy as fuck. What the fuck am I getting?"
Dexter's definitely gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Do you not have any kind of game plan?" Like,
I was wrong about that.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for all the work that you do. And I'll talk to you probably at the post show.
All right, look forward to hearing from you.
Okay, bye.
All right, peace. So you want to switch to your phone line so you can?
We can use people can use either or, but it's open if people want to use either line. But yeah, I mean, Lady Vengeance. She may, in the preview, we see her with a bunch of weapons showing off. Maybe she's showing off for Red a little bit and gets a little extra sloppy. And then that's the line that crosses. Plus, you were mentioning earlier, there was a lot of talk about fatherhood and all that sort of stuff. So now that Dexter and Harrison have connected, Dexter's allegiances are only going to lie with Harrison. Like anytime he tries to do anything else, Ghost Harry is going to be like, and we see that in the preview. Oh, what if this is happening? What if that is happening? XYZ. So he has to sort of, we're to see him, even if he has some loyalty to her, it's going to disappear quickly.
Yeah, I think so too.
From
Michael.
What's going on? You rocking with the Don, Tony Teflon, and Phil the Issues guy.
Hi, how's it going? I'm calling in. Oh, sorry about that.
You are. You definitely are. We can hear you. What's going on?
Yeah, you're here.
So longtime Dexter fan, and I've been loving this new show. I think you guys were just talking about this. You might have talked about it earlier in the show, but I think the theory out there now that I think is most likely to happen tonight is the Lady Vengeance sort of taking the fall for Harrison. But I didn't really want to dive into the theory of like that happening. I feel like tonight we're going to find out that maybe her code's not as solid as Dexter's, where it's like it's more off the cuff and not as based in actual proof. You know what I mean?
Too emotional.
Yeah, I think that we've already seen, how proud Dexter was of Harrison, that he did such a good job cleaning up the scene and doing everything by the book. I think he's going to agree to go off and do it again. We heard his father say, what if they want to kill together? His father put that out there. They had him say that for a reason. Then she asked him to do it. And we heard Dexter say, maybe I don't want to be as safe. Maybe I want to take risks. Well, it's something that has to happen to make him want to be safe again. And it's a good possibility that he gets involved with this chick and he sees how reckless she is, that he can get caught, and he realizes he has to stick to the code. And for this reason, she has to get bagged up for it because she's just too sloppy.
Yeah.
You might see him.
That could be it.
He can knock her out. They can kill that guy, and then he stick the thing in her neck, knock her out, leave her there, and call the cops, and she walks in with the whole people right there, and now she bagged up.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to do something this season where they have twists and turns throughout, because New Blood kind of did that thing where the whole season you're waiting for Harrison and Dexter to have that conversation with each other, like about the code and everything that's going on with them. And it seems like this season they're sort of moving at a faster pace where Dexter and Harrison have already met. They're already reuniting. I feel like they're going to take some more swings and show like this isn't the same old Dexter. They're not going to throw him into this love romance type thing. I think they're going to sort of pull the wool over our eyes and send Lady Vengeance to jail. And that might be in the promo when Charlie looks like she's going into a prison type area. That might be where she's going to visit Lady Vengeance and possibly have her killed.
It has to be. I mean, why else was she's definitely going into prison? You could see it. I mean, listen, I ain't saying I've been in New York City prisons, but I know what they look like. but what I'm telling you is that without a shadow of a doubt, she's in jail, and there's no doubt about it. And she's not going there just to say hi to somebody. That's the problem that she finds out about. Maybe she calls her up to get her bailed out after she gets bailed. She has no one else to call, so she calls up Charlie. Charlie hears it and says, "We have a problem." And then Tyrion says, "Well, I heard you take your problems." And they go and Jeffrey.
Have I made a mistake?
Yeah, they're Epsteiner, and they go in Epsteiner.
Yeah, I feel like they might do. I mean, it would be a waste to have Kristen Ritter only in 1 or 2 episodes, but it would be such a curveball, and I think it fits for thematic reasons into the story. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like her character was wasted, but at the same time utilized perfectly. You know what I mean?
I would love to see her the whole season, 100%. You know what I mean? I wish they could have pushed that back and gave me some more. I love her as an actress, and me and Phil don't mind looking at her. So, but if this is the way they go, this is the way they go. But I wouldn't mind her sticking around. I like her a lot. I think she plays the role amazing.
I got you. All right. Thank you so much for taking my call.
No doubt. Have a good one. Call back.
Thanks. Thank you. You too.
Now, Tony, I don't know how long they're going to have her on the show, but or if this has anything to do with how long they're going to have her on the show. But we do know that she is going to be on another show coming up and a major character on the next coming season of Daredevil, playing Jessica Jones again. So I don't know if they had her for a short period of time or because for contractual money reasons, they keep her and Neil Patrick Harris on for brief times because they're expensive, but they wanted to have them. So they only are for beginning part of the episode. So I don't want to talk about it necessarily like that, but that could be an exciting way for her character to go out.
She said she went from one show to the other. She didn't say what order, but she said she filmed them right back to back.
So she might have had to go to Daredevil right after this.
Because she said when people seen her, they thought that she was on the other show, and she goes, "No, I'm here to film this now." So she went to the shows back to back.
John.
Hey, John.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
What's going on? You rock with the Don Tony Teflon and Phil Issues guy.
I mean, we know John.
Jeez, what happened to John?
John.
He announced, and then he doesn't say that when he gets on. What happened, Johnny?
John, Basket of Puppies. I thought it had some moments when the show, but it was like Daredevil, Timo, like a little bit. I mean, but it was better than no Daredevil. But I wouldn't say it was as good as the original series.
No,
it had its moments.
The original series, but she's supposed to be getting her own show, Jessica Jones show.
Okay, so then we'll get Jessica Jones, Timo. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad for Disney Plus. We're in the Disney Plus series, but it's not the Netflix series. It isn't.
Yeah. Well, the guy who's doing this is the guy on this Dexter show is the same guy who did Jessica Jones.
Right. So maybe if they bring that same energy over, we can
bring it back.
The Daredevil show was a little unbalanced, though.
It was two different people who made it. They switched in the middle of it. They had the first team. They had the first team make it, then the Netflix people took it over from
Tony. It showed. It showed. It looked like a committee wrote that sometimes.
100% it did. It's 100%. People is calling in and everything else. Yeah. So what were they talking about? So we don't know how it's going to go or anything, but I think it would be ideal. I wish she stuck around forever because I think out of all the killers, next to the Gemini killer, I like her the best.
And she has good chemistry with Michael C. Hall. Like the actors have good chemistry, so it's fun to watch them interact on screen. Like I would watch a movie with the two of them in it. They just have kind of like a cool vibe that 100%. I hope in some ways, at least in this next episode, they explore even more. And it looks like they do, where they may let's team up on a kill or whatever. Yeah. So it looks like we might get a little bit more of it before she goes out.
Yeah, and Bobby Bacala is in this season. We haven't seen him.
Oh,
yet.
he is Steve Shariffa.
Yeah.
I forgot Bobby Bacala is in this one. He's
is.
ridiculous. He hates so many people. The actor. I don't know if you ever listened to Talking Sopranos podcast, but that dude, he's a pit boss in Vegas. He's like, fucking Robert De Niro is a fucking piece of shit. Fuck Robert De Niro. That's Steve Shariffa talking. I'll pull some clips for his episodes.
Yeah, but he's in this. We don't know what he's doing. They don't have no name for his character or nothing. It's like we say, as Vinny, his name is Vinny in the show, but that's just showing Vinny. Doesn't say anything else. But he's definitely in
Vinny
it.
Bag of Donuts. He's going to be Rodney Dangerfield's Vinny Bag of Donuts. Tony, I don't know if you talked. You probably did talk about this earlier. I didn't get a chance to listen on my way home. But how do you think they're going to react to Neil Patrick Harris's death, and how is that going to come up? Because initially, when I saw the promo, I thought maybe I've made a mistake, and all that has to do with finding out that Doogie is dead. But how do you think that's going to happen? Do you think it's just going to be an afterthought? Are they going to figure it out in the episode? Are they going to blame that on Jessica as well? Or on Lady Vengeance? I mean,
it could be blamed on her. It's easy. Or he's just gone and doesn't answer the phone. I think it comes down to the phone. They have the phones for a reason. It has GPS on it. What happened to his phone? Where did his phone get transported to? What did Dexter do with his phone?
Mm-hmm.
If they could just start tracking it and they could see that his phone is right next to Dexter's phone and all of a sudden he's missing, it's not going to be hard for them to figure out that Dexter and him had something to do. You know what I mean? I mean, Dexter could say, yeah, we went this and he went to go kill someone and I left. But, it all depends. But I think in the end, that phone's going to lead them to where Dexter's burning the bodies. And that's how they're going to do it and everything. That's how it's going to be.
That's a good thought. Good thought. Oh, and so people said in the live chat that with Chris, she's only on IMDb. She was only listed for 3 episodes.
Yeah, but this would only be 2 if she gets. But again, they have Gemini Killer listed for 1 episode.
Yeah, I mean that's always changing and not always the best. Best source.
We know he's in more than 1 episode, but he's only listed for 1 episode. So I say taking it for a grain of salt. That's what I say. They get some things right. They don't know. It's on the fly and stuff with that. So we'll see how that goes. This is too.
From
Kathy.
To accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with Don and Tony Teflon. Phil, the issues guy.
Welcome.
I would watch a movie.
Oh, there's my voice. I heard me.
They just have kind of like
you got to turn down up in the back.
Turn the radio down.
All right. I'm thinking, Prater's little, right? Maybe he's looking for the perfect weapon, the perfect serial killer to fulfill everything he wants. Like, Interview with a Vampire. They got the little tiny vampire. She can't do it all herself. She needs, like, the circle. Maybe he's been looking at these killers for all this time, looking for that one perfect one, the brains, the ability, just everything. And there's Dexter, the killer of killers. Like,
I agree that he could want the best of the best. And why not have
maybe he's been looking.
Kills everybody else, kills all the other serial killers. I could see that him being his prize trophy.
Yeah, like even like that line from The Insecure, "You the smart kid I've been looking for," or whatever. You know what I mean? You see that in a lot of lines, like, "Are you the hope I've been looking for?" Like, "Are you the killer I've been looking for all this time?" Maybe that's what saves his life and gets him further. But Dexter's not going to stay with Prater. Harry's voice, like, it's just too strong. That's the only thing that pulls him back. Harry's voice in his head is like, it's stronger than all the other crap he wants to do.
Yeah, well, he's not listening right now, right? So if you hear Harry tell him to do certain things and he's not listening, I think what they're going to do this season is show that he has to listen to Harry. He's going to go against that advice, and somehow it's going to get him in trouble, and that's how he's going to have to turn back and start listening again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, it's just, and I don't know, it's cool. I just started reading the source material. I won't, like, say any spoilers or anything, but, like, it's interesting, too. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I've never read the books. I have no idea what goes on in them. Cool.
I just started. Well, I do the audiobooks. I'm lazy, so I can just hear it. And I'm not going to say nothing, but, like, off season or whatever, it's worth hearing them.
All right. That's what's up.
All right. Well, thank you.
No, thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks.
What do you think about that, Phil? Prada saying, you know, I want the best serial killer of them all. I want Dexter. He would have to know who Dexter is in order to do that, to want the Bay Harbor Butcher. But to me, it's like, why do you want but that's the wolf in the hen house bringing the butcher in there.
Yeah, especially if he holds other serial killers precious. He could look at this as a danger and somebody that would bring down all of his stuff. But he could also look at Dexter as that white whale kind of thing, like the greatest of them all, the one that takes out all the other serial killers. So that's certainly possibility. And as what you guys were saying with him going against Harry, that he could go against Harry to work with Lady Vengeance. Like no, maybe our codes are in line, and I can make a contact, and then he goes and works with her, and it's like that situation when you think someone's cool and you end up at their house and they end up freaking crazy, and he's there and she's at her codes all over the place and puts him in danger, and then that is what sort of decides, well, you're right, Harry, you know, I have to always think of Harrison first, and that can kind of lead towards aiming some of this on her footsteps of what happened with the guy at the hotel. So that could be kind of how he goes against, and how, like what you were saying, where it sort of teaches him that he can't go against Harry, that Harry is always right.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to lead to. She's just too reckless. You see the bottle swing. The bottle stroke is from downtown when she's about to hit this guy in the face with the bottle. And it's like, at least, Neil Patrick Harris, at least he had to knock her out and then drag him in. She's just swinging bottles recklessly and shit. All this, and he's a blood splatter expert, man. He's gonna see all that, and I think when he does go down, that Masuka is gonna have to have something to do with taking Dexter down. It's gonna have to have something to do with the blood. There's gonna have to be some type of blood, because Dexter's always been careful about blood. His whole thing is about to be as careful with the blood as possible. Something's gonna happen with the blood, and it's gonna be his boy Masuka that figures it out, and that's gonna catch him in the end when it's all said and done. Remember the Don said it. I promise you, this is how it's going to go down at the end of Dexter. And if the show watchers are right, and you could put it in there, and you don't have to say you got it for me. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
And the other thing that you guys were talking about earlier that I didn't get a chance to talk about was with Batista. I don't think there's any way they kill Batista by the end of this season. I think that they find a way to get him more involved with the direct plot is the way it goes. I mean, maybe he might be outsmarted or sort of manipulated, but there is going to be a scene where Dexter and him have some sort of confrontation, verbal confrontation, and that's going to set up more problems down the line. I think they're keeping him around sort of a different scenario, but in the way of Hank sticking around in Breaking Bad, always knowing that he's going to be a thing eventually. And when it comes down and when we eventually go down that road, it's going to be the road that leads to the end of Dexter. And what I mean is the end of the series. Like, I think somehow through Batista, you've mentioned this a few times, if Dexter ever is taken down or is on the run, it has to be someone from Miami. Yeah. And they're keeping him in there for that reason, because he represents everything Dexter's done in his past and that he's running away from, that eventually he has to face. So I think you keep Batista around, you use him in a comedic sense, you have him take a couple L's along the way, but whenever 3 seasons down the road, this show gets into its end game, it's with Batista. Personally, I think that's he's there because he's end game.
There's no doubt. I mean, look, go through anything. All right. Again, you brought up Breaking Bad. You always knew that Hank had to play a role in it. And no matter what, we got our first super chat, and that's amazing. We'll take this in 1 second. Thank you so much. It has to be someone from Miami that catches them or gets or exposes them at the end. That's where he did his most damage. That's where it has to be someone. It doesn't matter whether it's Quinn, Batista, Masuka. One of them have to be involved in it. And I do think it'll be Masuka. And probably, he's the new Dokes. That's his role right now, but in a different way. Dokes knew that he was a creepy motherfucker, and he kept looking at him, but he couldn't. He's gonna know he's the Bay Harbor Butcher, and he's gonna have to figure it out a way to prove it, and that's what he's gonna be. You know what I mean? Just around him like that to see if he's gonna prove it. This call super chat
From. To accept, press 1.
You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon Fill the Issues guy. All right, there you go.
Where do I begin, my lords and ladies?
Oh my God.
There it is. Charlie, thank you. Says Clifton Park. Clifton Park. Is that what it says? Clifton Park?
Yeah, Clifton Park Canine Crew.
Is that for Clifton Park, New York?
I need your help to trade my dog, Clifton Park Canine
Is that
Crew.
where that's from? Clifton Park, New York? If it is, then you're not too far from me. Charlie decides to team up with Dexter to take out the other killers.
I don't know what happened there, Tony.
I don't know what happened. Is it your phone?
I don't think so.
Is this phone ringing? I'm gonna finish this real quick. Oh, Clifton Park, New Jersey. All right. Charlie decides to team up with Dexter to take out the other killers while pretending to be Dinky's bodyguard fixer. Charlie's going to team up with Dexter to take out. Well, listen, I think Charlie does flip on him in the end, but I don't think she likes serial killers enough to team him up with Dexter. I think she might give him the pass to go, and stuff. You might see that, but I don't know if she's gonna do that to team up with him and stuff. I'm not sure if that's the case, if they're willing to do that with her. But I think that she will get disgusted with Prada and just be willing to be done with it, done with that whole situation. People saying, yeah, Quentin was not FBI. I don't know why people would think he is. He wasn't. Google says Clifton Park, New York. Yeah, there is a Clifton Park, New York, but he says he's from Clifton Park, New Jersey. There's a bunch of Clifton Parks, I guess, and everything else. I guess there's a bunch of them out there. Do me a favor, people in the chat. We have almost 200 people here live, watching, chilling with us, and everything else. Make sure you subscribe to the Don Tony Teflon's channel. If you ain't subscribed, this is what you want. You want to subscribe and Fill the Issues Guys channel. Someone please put Phil's channel link in there because we're going to be simulcasting streams from now on.
Jay Schmidt.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon and Fill the Issues guy.
Hey, so I was wondering what you guys thought about the idea that Dexter could end up framing Mia for the murder that Harrison committed, and then where you think it's going to go with Batista.
I think they could do it. It makes sense to do it, but I don't think they have to do it. I think if she's going to go to jail, she could just go to jail for the kill she's about to do. That would be enough. She can just get caught in there. As I said a little bit earlier, I think that we see him have his needle on him. She hits the guy with the bottle. She may be able just to go out there and she may be able to just go out there and take him out and stuff. He may be able to just stab him in the neck right there and everything else. It could be a situation like that.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I have no problem with that.
Both go. I think both.
I just think that they're developing. It seems like they're developing Dexter and Mia, and it seems like Dexter might have to choose, as he kind of is already in the 4th episode, trying to decide, is Harrison more important or is the serial killer group more important? I think that's going to kind of be transferred to, do I protect Harrison by framing Mia for that murder Harrison committed? That kind of seems like a logical progression of the season to me. And it would be pretty compelling. I don't know what he would even choose there. Probably Harrison, but yeah, he's already.
He's chosen his family members over any killer every time.
Yep.
Anytime it's ever happened, whether it was his brother, you know what I mean. He's always done that. So
yeah. I totally agree. I think that this would fit that pattern and kind of bring a new framing to that question. Is like, is that connection of that more important? Which obviously it wouldn't be, because we know Dexter, like, he has his emotions and everything, and he certainly cares about Harrison. But would he, like, I think that might be the question that ends up like being the juxtaposition of the last episode or the last few episodes, you know, or one of those. He might end up having to kill her and frame her to save Harrison because of Batista and the other detective just bearing down on him.
Yeah, 100%. I think that could definitely be taken care of. I think it works. I will not say that theory is impossible to happen. I do think it's easy. I just think that Harrison uses that watch as a trophy. That's why I don't think it's going to go that way. That's the only thing holding me back on it.
And I agree with you there. I think the watch is definitely going to come up again in some way. It's going to be like evidence or something that somebody finds, and you know, it's going to come up to Dexter having to like kill Batista or something. Like, I don't think he would ever do that. I don't think he has that in him, really. Mm-hmm. He has killed a cop before, but never a friend like that wasn't in a mercy kill or something. And I think that would bring another dimension to, like, where is Dexter willing to go for his son?
Yeah, I think he'll go all the way with it. No doubt about it. He'll protect Harrison over anything. It doesn't matter who he has to do, especially this chick he's maybe sleep with once. That's not going to be enough to make him want to save her.
And I think you're right. I just think it's I think that those are the places I kind of see this season going. We're at episode 4, so we kind of have an idea of where it's heading, but like, he's going to have to work through the different serial killers one at a time. And I think Mia's going to be the most difficult. And then obviously Leon, Prater, and Charlie are going to get like suspicious of him real quick. And I'm kind of the mind that Prater already might know who he is, just based on the way that he gave that tour. He really highlighted the things that are associated, or you might associate with the Bay Harbor Butcher, knowing all of the different facts behind all of the different serial killers that are associated with him, like Trinity and the Ice Truck Killer and all that. So I almost think that he already knows, but he very well might not. But I think him finding out is going to be infinitely more satisfying than the tattoo collector finding out, even though that was one of the most satisfying scenes we've ever had in Dexter, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that it's a possibility he knows, and it's also a possibility that he doesn't. It's right on that line. It can go either way. You know what I mean? That even if he doesn't know, he's definitely going to find out, but you would think that he should know. Like, if Charlie's as good as they say she is, that she could find this Gemini killer who's been on the FBI most wanted list for 7 years and they can't find him, but she could find him. She should have been able to find out who the real Bay Harbor Butcher is if she actually looked into it.
Yeah. And I mean, the Kyle Butler drawing of Dexter is in police files. There's Maria LaGuardia's entire investigation into Dexter. So there's all kinds of evidence implicating Dexter himself, and imagery showing him, and you know, the drawing itself. So I think it's really up to the writers whether he is already known by Prater or will be find out later. And yeah, I think Charlie isn't as good as Dexter at finding serial killers and stuff, but she's damn well talented at it because she has found the people she's found. I think if Dexter put his mind to it, Gemini killer would have been found in a couple of days, just like he's found pretty much everybody else, you know. And chalk that up to writing convenience or whatever, but it's I think it's like the writers kind of have to do that eventually. Like they're going to find out that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher, and it's really, I think the question is how many of the other serial killers does Dexter get to kill before they figure it out?
Yeah.
And I think Ponytail's next, but
yeah, Ponytail's not long for this earth. In the end, it's going to come down between him and Gemini when it's all said and done.
I agree. I think it's going to be, the last few episodes will be him, Gemini, and Lady Vengeance, mostly because of the emotional connection there. But and Gemini just being like a total enigma at this point. Like we don't know anything, you know?
Yeah, and they're keeping it a secret for a reason.
I agree. And they picked that actor for a reason. He's the creepiest of the cast, and I mean, I don't want to downplay Neil Patrick Harris's performance there because wow, he did so much with one episode. But I think Gemini is going to be a serial killer to behold in the rest of this season.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the best of it all. You know what I mean? Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was pretty much all of my thoughts I wanted to discuss with you guys. I just thought you guys might. That those are topics of conversation. Really, is like, does Prater know, and what's going to happen with Mia? You know?
Yeah, Mia's going to jail. Remember that Don told you this? I'm just going to jail. She's going to jail. Yeah. She's getting bagged up. Man.
Yeah.
You can start singing the Akon song. I guarantee it. I guarantee she's locked up. She ain't getting out of this. And,
yeah, she kills brutally too, based on her tools. It's all straight up medieval.
Yeah, she's gonna get Epstein. That's what I think.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all's time. Just thought I'd give my 2 cents.
Well, we appreciate the call. Call back anytime.
All right.
All right.
You guys have a good night.
You too.
A couple of things. First of all, Debzilla, I'm with you on that. As I said, I like the moment that the caller was talking about, but Neil Patrick Harris's performance was like he was doing a Barney Stinson out of the Playbook kind of character. I am Barney Stinson. I am the magician of serial killers, and I am here to, and I like Neil Patrick Harris, but it was but as for Prater knowing and all of that and knowing all of this and everything we're talking about connecting to that he should know or know the name Dexter Morgan somehow connected to the Bay Harbor Butcher because of the accusations, because of everything in the files, all that sort of stuff. They do know that. So the moment that they find out that this guy is Dexter Morgan, right now they don't know anything about Dexter Morgan for a hole in the wall, but Harrison is a direct connection to who Dexter Morgan is. So now that they've made that connection, he's a sitting duck. If they're actually watching him, it's not going to be that difficult. It would not be that difficult to connect the dots easily and be like, oh, this is Dexter. Oh, Dexter is connected in this files. Up until this point, he's just he wasn't alive, but they made it a point, as Tony, you were pointing this out in a previous podcast. Batista said, I've made sure you're still alive. You're in the books again. You're real, and that's going to come back. That up until this point, Dexter was gone, and now he's back. He's alive, and it's they didn't say that for no reason. So I think he will find. I don't think he knows yet, but I think the information's being set up there for him to figure it out. We're going to see the slow moving process of him figuring out.
100%. Listen, I always say this. I seen somebody come in the chat with some stupid name, and I had to block him and shit. I give all y'all, whoever has a wrench, y'all my hitman. Whack these people. If someone says something online, says something stupid, right? Or whack them. That's your job. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you doing it. We'll take this call.
From
Mike.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don, Tony Teflon, and Phil, the Issues guy.
How you doing? Tony?
Chilling. Slip.
Mike. It's Mike from Manhattan. How you guys doing? I'm excited for later tonight, man. Super excited.
That's what's up. That's
Super excited. I've been rocking with you since the last Dexter. Big Dexter fan. So when this show came out, I had to spin back, make sure I tapped in with the Dawn. You've been right about almost everything so far. I've been rocking with the theory videos. I've been putting all my homies on. I've been showing love to the Dawn, pause, making sure people find out about you.
Yes,
making
sir.
sure people in New York recognize you.
That's
you know,
what's
get the
up.
credit you deserve for putting on. You know,
That's what's up.
I'm ready for tonight. I want to know, like, do you think tonight's episode is going to be at the same tier of enjoyment for us real deal Dexter fans as the last episode?
I think so. It has to be. And so far, so good. I can't see it slipping right now. You know what I mean? It's too early to slip because you got too much stuff you have to do for it to be bad yet. I would think that the slip would come if it's going to come maybe an episode or 2 episodes from now. You know what I mean? But right now, there's too much drama in it. And there's too much drama this whole season. There's too many storylines that build somewhere for it to get boring. You know, they get the first 2 episodes, they just gave us enough to introduce everything. But I think that every episode after this should be turned up. You know what I mean? I don't think there should be one filler episode at all. It should just be it should go hard for the rest of the thing. Pause.
Yeah, I have another question for you. So with Dexter's Code, right? And maybe this answer should be obvious to me, but you feel me? I'm gonna ask the Dawn. You feel me?
Yeah.
With Dexter Code, you know, like don't kill innocents. But rule number 1 is don't get caught, right?
100.
So if breaking the other rule of not killing innocents protects don't get caught, what does that overrule it? Like if in terms of Batista, if Batista got to go to not get caught, would the code work like that?
Yeah, he'll kill Batista not to get caught. That's the number 1 code is not to get caught. You could try to do everything you could do. He would have killed Dokes if it came down to it. He was prepared to do it. He didn't want to do it, but he was prepared to do it, but he didn't have to do it because Shorty did it for him and stuff. But Dokes, he would have took Dokes out. Number 1 rule is not to get caught. You know what I mean? He killed that black dude cop that had nothing to do with nothing in the jail cell.
Yeah. I also think sometimes that remember that one episode where Dexter killed that photographer guy, but he killed the wrong person. Remember when he killed the innocent by accident?
Oh yeah.
He fits his own code for that kill, or that's just a slip up.
I mean, I would say it's a slip up and stuff. I mean, they made a point. They made a point of Batista saying to Harrison that even though Dexter thinks he's a superhero, innocent people get killed because of his actions.
Yeah, right? Casualties.
They made a whole point of him bringing that up. So that's just the way it goes sometimes because the number 1 rules don't get caught. And if people got to go, they got to go. But he tries his best to stay in that rules.
Yeah, and you think the only person that is spared from Dexter's table is Harrison? He's the only one that's off limits.
I can't see killing his own son. That would be way too much.
I'd be too happy.
That would be too much, right?
Yeah.
But what if like Harrison
turns
into a hothead because he's already shown to have cokehead tendencies where he just tweaks.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he wouldn't be justified to do it. He couldn't. I just don't know if he could ever bring himself to do it. I don't think that character Dexter could bring himself to kill his son. Only if it was like, say if Deb's life was on the line and Harrison was going to kill Deb, then yes, I could see him doing it. He'd take care because we've seen that situation already play out, right? With that older lady that he liked. I forgot her name and her son. And he wanted to kill her son. And she told him, no, he's my son. He could be saved. And then her son eventually wound up killing her. Right? So I could see it playing out if it was something like that with Deb. but I can't see him killing
It'd
Harry.
be so fun seeing Harrison on that table, though. Oh my goodness, that'd be
Do
great.
you think that the Hannah storyline is done? Do you think that we'll get some more information from her? Because in New Blood, I feel like they just kind of threw it in there and just fed us something so we could shut up, so we could just be like, all right, where is she? Okay, cool. Something happened to her. Do you think we'll get to really know like the real spill?
I think it all depends how long the series goes. If it goes long, I don't think we'll get it this season, but I think if it goes long enough, I think that anyone who's there will have a chance to come back in some form.
Yeah.
Do you personally care about that? Do you personally want to explore that, or are you okay if that doesn't happen?
I wouldn't mind seeing it as long as they don't get too bogged down with the past stuff and they keep developing new stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing some like nostalgia is good when it comes around once in a while. You know, it's like going back around your old way for a little bit. You know what I mean? When you moved away, and the first couple of days are great, but then you're there for a week, and you're like, God damn, I'm glad I moved out this motherfucker.
Only so many member berries.
Do you think the little guy ends up on the table by the end of the season, or do you think? Yeah,
100%.
Okay. Because no Dexter, quote unquote, like villain or op, really carries over to the next season, really, right?
Well, Trinity did, right? So it's possible for it to happen, but I don't think that he's a star as like Peter Dinklage. They're gonna bring back. He's too expensive, I believe, probably to keep him there for a couple of seasons. So I think they will get rid of him.
Do you also think that when he went, I'm sorry if I'm taking up too much time, so you can let me know, boss.
Good.
When Dexter went on the run with Shorty, right?
Yeah.
You know how he was showing that he was fatigued first with the gunshot in prior episodes? Do you think that him running shows us a little bit that he's a little getting back to more physical form? Like, was that like a little sneaky way to throw that in there?
Yeah, I mean, they've shown him already that he's weak when he was going up the steps and things. You know, there was a scene that they showed from behind the scenes of Batista's stunt double chasing somebody through the subway system. So it could be he was chasing Dexter, or he was chasing Harrison, but he's chasing somebody. So they keep showing him that he's weak, that he's still weak from the gunshot, but they're definitely going to show him get back his health and be informed.
Okay. I appreciate you, Tony. One thing I want to say before I dip off is Harrison definitely did not get no game from Dexter, because we never see Dexter shoot no air balls with the ladies at all.
100.
My man's is always in something. Always.
100.
And Harrison froze up.
Yeah.
Froze up.
Yeah, he did. He should have kept going.
She was jacking it. She was still jacking it when he was about to dip.
He should have kept going. You got to play that. He should have been like, Shorty, I'm sorry. Did I startle you? Did I come on too fast? Blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, then you act like you leaving. Then she says, no, don't go. Then you stay, and then it happens, right? You don't just run away.
She was just surprised. She wasn't
went
against it.
outside acting emo in the streets of New York. We don't do that. You from New York now, Harrison. You gotta have some swag.
Yeah, nah. He ain't got no game.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. I love the show. I love the content. I'm tapped in. I'm gonna tap in on Sunday when we do the vids. I've been watching. This is my first time calling, but I really mess with y'all, like, for real, because I'm a real Dexter guy. I made a music video called Dexter. I sampled the song. Like, I'm really a Dexter fanatic, like, since middle school, high school. So it's really good to, like, have this community. I really rock with y'all, for real. And plus you wear the Yankee hat too, so you're really my man.
You already know.
For sure. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Be safe, man. Enjoy your night. I'm gonna keep tapping in.
All right, one. That's the type of calls I like, Phil. It was a good calls and stuff. We had 200 people in here for a second. It dropped to 200.
Yeah, I saw it pop up there for a second.
It did pop to 200. Then it popped back down. But we gonna say we got 200 heads up in here. And let me tell you something. We went from the first thing was on episode 2 or maybe episode 2, 3. We started at 50 people. And now a couple of episodes later, we are already up to 200 people watching, right? So this just shows you what it is. You know how that works? That's because y'all be sharing it. As long as you liking it and sharing it, that's how the word gets out. That's how the community builds, and that's how we keep it going. And the more people we get up in this piece, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the horn with these actors. Trust me. I'm on the horn. We're going to get somebody up in here. We're going to get one of these cats up in here. We ain't playing with them, man. They going to come, and they're going to come on the show, and we're going to get them on the show, and we're going to have a good time, like we always do. You know what I'm saying? So as long as the numbers is up, they can't deny us. They can't deny us. You know what I mean? That's what it's. Listen, it takes 2 seconds, and it's free. The thumbs up the video. But again, for the people who don't know, we talk about the Gemini killer, or why I believe the Gemini killer is a twin. This is it.
So, Gareth, the Gemini killer is FBI's most wanted serial killer. Sorry. And there is something in his past that has influenced his style and his mode of murder, but I don't want to tell you yet because
Major spoiler. Yeah.
Major spoiler. You and Dexter are going to have to figure that one out, but I will say it is so horrifying and grotesque the way that he kills his victims and then poses them together. It's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, so
he has been on their most wanted list for a minute now. That is something that probably for most criminals or serial killers would be a cause for alarm. For Gareth, that is a badge of great honor, and he drops that knowledge in almost every conversation he has. He wants to make sure you know that he is the #1 most wanted killer on the FBI list. First, I had an opportunity, again, this is a spoiler, so I can't give too much away to the fans, but there was an opportunity with this role to try to do things physically. And you'll understand more as the series progresses as to what that big secret is. But there was an opportunity to embrace challenges physically for me that were much more involved, say, than just the interior psychological journey that I was taking with Gareth. I was hyper aware of things that I was doing with my hands, with the way that I walked, with the way that I even used my eyes. That was really fun for me. I love technical acting. I love using, the outside in and how our bodies interact with space and other scene partners. But this one, once you get the full story, I think you'll realize and be like, oh, interesting. That's why he was doing that. Hopefully. We'll see.
Okay, it can't mean nothing else, right, Phil?
No, I mean, he definitely is doing different physicalities with his body and expressing things from a different way. And the way he talks about it, there's some sort of duality in that. Another thing about this guy is I've seen him in so many things, and his voice when he performs is nothing like his real speaking voice. This guy's an amazing actor. He doesn't like it took me a second. At first, I'm like, oh, is that a director talking about the character? But no, that's him talking. He's not like when he's in character, he has a very different tone.
When he's talking about, I got to watch the way I move my eyes. I got to watch the way I hold my hands and different things. And then when you see it, you're going to say, oh, that's the reason why he did it. It can only mean that he's playing two different characters.
Yeah, two completely identified different characters, and that it would be difficult to match that up from scene to scene.
100%. I will take this call.
From
Jay.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don, Tony, Teflon, and Phil the Issues guy.
Welcome.
Oh, wow. I made it.
You did?
Damn. This is Jay from Philly.
What's going on, Jay?
I just want to say to Tony and to Phil that Stannis is the one true king. Just getting out of the way.
You're exactly correct.
Father of the fucking year. The Stannis Baratheon. Yeah, sure.
You're exactly correct. There is only one king.
No, yeah. Conveniently, I can't be heard.
But I wanted to say that I really think that the Ripper has already been shown in the series. The showrunners like to do that sometimes, like show him in plain sight and just, let the audience see him later. Because if it's just someone that comes on, we have no familiarity with that character, what's like the real point, Yeah. So I think it could be either the partner or possibly Gemini, because maybe that's like his second half. Like he's a Gemini killer and he's also the Ripper. Could that be a possibility?
I don't know if Gemini could be. That would be a lot. That if you have him doing all that, especially in the manner that the way they have Gemini kill, and he says it's so barbaric and everything else. I think they're giving two things, right? So they're giving the Ripper as a way for Dexter to get this cop off his case because she's so addicted to this Ripper. So the Ripper is going to end up dealing with her and taking that whole situation away from him. That's what that. Gemini is specifically going to go after Dexter, and that's why I believe that Gemini is most likely going to kill Blessings and his wife, or his wife and his son. He's going to go after Dexter that way and hurt Dexter by killing those people. Even if,
so make that for Dexter to come after him then for a reason to.
Yeah, because maybe Dexter kills his twin brother, thinking it's him, and then all of a sudden Dexter runs in there and the guy's dead because he realized it was a twin. You know what I mean? Like, he killed his brother and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I've seen the actor that plays Gemini said, like, this is a role that I wanted for a certain reason, and you'll see when it happens. So it has to be something pretty big.
Yeah.
For that to be a reveal.
100%.
But also, the whole Claudette thing. I mean, she has to have some kind of background with serial killers, besides like the Ripper. Like your thought, maybe she's related to somebody.
I did think she was related to Gemini at one point. I was thinking that could be a case, but I don't know if they'll go that way with it. It'd be too much relations. You can't have everyone in the show related to everyone. It'd be too much cross contamination. I think
it's like a soap opera in that case. Yeah, it becomes a soap opera.
It gets, as Phil's saying, it gets too soap opera-y then. You know what I mean? It's too much.
Yeah. And one last thing about Batista, I don't see him dying this season just because I think if they're doing like a 3-season to 5-season run, you probably want Angel like in there for, I mean, David Zayas is a great actor anyway, but you probably want him as a legacy character in there to the end. And if it's going to end in Miami, which I think it's going to, so I'm going to have to bring him down. I think Angel bringing him down would be so much better than just like Quinn.
Yeah, it would be.
Angel's been there since day one.
100%. It's got to be Angel and Masuka. I'm telling you, it's going to have something to do with blood. And because he's been the blood spatter expert, he's always been the most so careful around blood. And Masuka's going to find something with his blood that he fucked up on that gets him, and the Angel will be the one to make the arrest. I think that's how. If any of them need to die, he should kill Quinn, not any of the other two. It should be Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn, guy who showed up in season 3 instead, like the OGs that were there since the beginning.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah,
he should take out Quinn, but it should be if he gets arrested, that's how it's going to end, and he goes in an electric chair. It should be Batista walking with him with the cuffs on. That's the way.
Yeah, because he at some point, I mean, we love Dexter, but he has to pay for all these things that he did. So, but yeah, I appreciate it, man. Like, it was good talking to you, and Phil, I love you too. I've been with you from a long time as well, and I just want to say I appreciate all you guys do.
I appreciate the call. Thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy. Bye.
We can go on all night here with this, but we're not, though. You know what I mean? We're going to let everyone go home and get ready and stuff like that. We've been on a bit over 2 hours. It's almost 2.5 hours now. We usually only stay on for an hour. So, but with 2.5 hours is a good enough time. Got you guys ready to go for this episode. Go get yourself some coffee, whatever it takes to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Take a shot like Phil. Do whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? And everything else. Keep it going and stuff like that. We will be back on Sunday at 8:30, right when the episode ends. So if you can't watch it, y'all can continue to watch it. But if you have seen it already and we want to start the party a little bit early, come over and start it at 8:30. We will have Melanie from Melanie Media's TV. We'll have her joining us, and she'll be rocking with us. And we'll talk about everything that happens in the episode, and we will see who's right and who's wrong, and any other theories that we can come up after that. Make sure you subscribe to Phil Issues Guys channel. We'll be doing some joint streams from both of them channels and everything else. We'll be simulcasting from both of our channels and everything else and all that. Phil, what else do you got going on that channel of yours, brother?
Well, we're going to be talking about this new Vince Gilligan show and everything that we know about it coming up. Pluribus is what it's called now. A couple people thought it was going to be called Happiness is Contagious, or what was the other? There was another name too, Wycario 369, but it actually does have a name. It has a premiere date, and I've done the first trailer breakdown. There's more stuff too, so we're going to do a couple more breakdowns of some of the information that's coming up. It's very reminiscent of that final season of Better Call Saul, where what I mean by that is like the previews that they're giving you are very cryptic and not completely showing what's going on. So I can't wait to unpack this. And it's going to be really fun to talk about this new Vince Gilligan show and see if see what it ends up being like.
Can't wait. I know it's going to be a hit. Can't wait to cover it. Also, I seen that Tulsa King comes back in September.
Ooh, I can't wait to
I'm going to cover Tulsa King. I got it. I love it. I love Tulsa King. Hopefully, y'all in the chat like Tulsa King too. I love it. It's not a lot of mystery. It's just going to be this bantering about how funny it is and everything else and how outrageous it is. But I'm probably going to cover Tulsa King because I do like the Tulsa King show and everything. And they got that Jason Momoa show starts on tomorrow on Apple. That him making the Hawaiian stuff. Maybe we'll do something on that. We'll see how it is. I'll watch the first episode to see how it goes. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming and, watch the show. We'll try to set up. We'll be here Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here. The Don Tony Teflon, Fill the Issues guy. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the road, and of course, subscribe.